And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, guys? Dirty Boots Sports, and we are back with episode number 128.
What an interview.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean Fox for the great interview.
Local sports legend.
Yeah, something we've been looking forward to for quite some time. Thanks to Ty making it happen.
We have to apologize to him though that he was like number 127 he said, or
yeah.
I mean, like he seemed offended by that.
Yeah, I mean it was,
and we warned him on forever. We just didn't know how to.
I don't know what number interview that was. Probably about 10.
I would say that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's someone that obviously has been in our mind forever, and I know the like paragraph type thing that I send out whenever I'm trying to get ads, I mention 97.7, so that being an inspiration for us and Ty's journey on that and everything. So
well, the fact that he said he wanted back for our 200th episode, I think
that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty
absolutely
good.
We'll have to remember that.
But I think it's more fitting that he is 126 episode rather than one, because you had time in between the growth.
So
I mean, if we would have interviewed him in that first 10, it'd been awful. It'd been awful.
We'd be still using Clay's laptop mic.
Yeah,
one thing that I mentioned off air is that what was cool about Sean's interview and what's been cool about all these interviews that we've done is nobody's tried to big time us, nobody's belittled us or anything like that. Everybody has just been sports junkies who love to talk about sports.
And supportive.
Supportive and like, dude, can you think of a guest that didn't want to come back at some point?
Well, they've all been in our shoes at one time.
Yeah. He literally said around the table with his buddies, which is literally how we started.
Like when Jordy Collada's in his shows, he'll be saying something, and I'll text him, and I'll watch him read my text, and he'll just read it. Like I mean, like he's like not trying to big time
down to earth.
And Collada gave us a shout out.
We need to give Collada
right.
another call here before
absolutely.
LSU starts.
Let's do it. I'm down. He'd be all
maybe
for
he could be a part of our LSU preview.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Get him or Moscona, somebody like that.
I messaged him the other day actually, so I'm trying to get that lined out for us.
We should do a show this football season, just a on location show somewhere.
I mean, at a Jonesboro Hodge game for sure. Blank's already told us to come
Blank's
set up
wanted
anytime.
us to do that.
Anytime.
Dude, how about set up a tent for homecoming?
We can set up a tent for homecoming. I think we just need to go and be seen.
Yeah, the biggest problem with that is just the
equipment.
Setup,
equipment, yeah.
Because I don't want to move any of this.
No.
Yeah. We can try to make something work though, even if it's just.
We do have the old Magnum.
Y'all come down to Winfield.
Maybe we could talk to Pender and somehow
with
use their setup with their show of some sorts.
We need to get Pender on here. Period.
Oh,
Peyton.
absolutely. I can do that. He's
a freaking legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Former state champion.
He would have to come in because I don't think he would know what Zoom is.
No.
He could phone call.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, I mean it was awesome. As always, the interviews they're just better and better. It feels like.
I think this year we need to focus on interviews and getting more people on because we enjoy it.
Part.
Yeah, I agree, and
it's stressful from my end, but just to make sure everything works on the technical side. But we haven't really had any problems.
I mean, that interview, Hunt Palmer, we haven't had many technical problems. I mean, I think we're getting it kind of straight, right?
Yeah, Hunt Palmer, we had my computer almost shut down, or it did shut down.
It did shut down. We lost.
And then Frank, it shut off at the exact time.
That was weather related though, so you
that
can't
was
really blame that.
But Clay, it was pretty cool when I text Fox. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get my guy to text you." Y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text your guy.
Straight up.
About a guy that knows a guy.
Yeah, but
I would like to, and Fox, if you're listening to the whole episode, I would like to do some more collaboration with them.
Definitely.
And this is not a knock, but more of a praise for y'all. But I think Peyton is as good as anybody on golf, and I think Clay's as good as anybody on basketball. And I really do think that those two places we could some quality work for them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to pay us.
Yeah, dude.
It would just be for
Do it for free.
exposure.
Free exposure.
I do it for free already.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. And we got to hear his Saints talk and his expectations for the team. I believe he said 11-6.
Wow.
At worst, 10-7. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
generous.
if we don't win the division, fire Dennis Allen. So that's a.
And
Yeah,
I think
I'm
if we
okay with
don't
that.
if we don't achieve those two,
I
those
think we should have fired him already, but
Yeah.
if
we'll
we
save
should have
that.
never hired him as a head coach.
coach. Yeah.
But if we don't achieve those two things, though, it's only because he's the coach. It's not
Hold
because
on.
we don't have talent.
But didn't we have Doug Peterson in the building, right? Before
We had Brian Flores in the building. I know that.
No, I'll pass on Flores. I mean,
Ooh.
I would
I
take
agree on that.
take Peterson over Brian.
What
Yeah.
did we have? Doug
there's no
in the
reason. There's no
building,
reason
though? I
Doug
don't
shouldn't have
remember
been considered for head coach of the New
I mean,
Orleans Saints.
Doug,
I mean, that's
Doug
perfect.
Doug was in Shreveport coaching high school.
Yeah.
when
I
we
watched
made
him.
the
I
hire.
watched him coach at the Bayou.
We
Gym.
hired Dennis Allen and Doug Peterson hired the same time frame.
Yeah.
So if Dennis Allen is
Doug wasn't coaching high school football.
Yeah, before
At that
Before
point,
the
That was
Eagles.
15
no,
years
no,
ago.
No, he
no.
come back to Shreveport after the Eagles gig.
Oh,
He
I
was
didn't know
coaching
that.
where? Calvary again?
I don't know where he was coaching, but he was coaching high school.
There ain't no way.
I know, yes.
Not as a
remember saying
head
something about
coach,
that.
was
No,
he?
he wasn't a head coach.
Just helping out?
He was just helping out.
Okay.
Hey,
He was
hold
just
on.
being an offensive coach.
Really?
There's not a Louisiana connection that we can't get to get Doug on the show.
Oh,
That'd
we
be a
probably
ULM
could.
I
question,
mean,
right?
his son that
Probably
played at
Nick-
ULM just got
probably
signed
Nick
to his
White.
dad's
Nick
team.
White would be the guy, probably.
And, but we
Nick.
need to have Nick White on.
I would love to have Nick White on. That'd be good. Yeah.
Well, let's get Nick on.
Well, I mean, that's Ty. That's you.
Ty, you're the guy.
You're the guy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Ty, text Fox right now. There you go.
There we go.
And we need Red River Livestock. We need them on.
I'm going to start working on that.
I don't know what that is.
Where you at, Chucky? That's our sponsor.
We need money.
Sponsor, future sponsor.
Oh, okay. We love those.
Speaking of, let's do an ad
I
read.
love Red River Livestock. Yeah, ad read. Let's see. Automotive Detailing Solutions is not the usual car wash. ADS provides intricate detailing to groom your vehicle both inside and out, focusing on quality over quantity. From carpet and seat extractions to paint polishing, ADS strives to be Jackson Parish's premier automotive detailer. Contact Matthew Smith at 318-475-9492. Add us on Facebook or just ask the guys from Dirty Boot Sports about their ADS experiences.
Shout out Matt Smith. Get well soon, brother. He had a fender bender. He's recovering. Is he back doing cars right now?
I think the wife is helping out with that. I think they said they're not doing anything like
crazy.
Yeah, but like normal
Like
washes.
no wax jobs.
Yeah,
nothing
normal
like that.
washes and stuff are still in business. So hit them up, get your car looking clean.
And look, man, I had him detail my vehicle. I posted it on Facebook that night, and it sold in 15 minutes. True story.
There we go. All right, so let's get into this. So our NFC South preview, we're going to be doing that first, and then we're going to be doing – crap, I'm opening up way too many things. We're also going to be doing our –
Hannah Montana
Dirty Boot
playlist.
5 running
Yeah.
backs.
Yeah, our Dirty Boot Dirty 5 NFL running backs. That'll be our last thing to close it out. I thought the quarterbacks was awesome. I don't know
Speaking
if we're
of
gonna have.
which,
Oh yeah, Kyle, you wanna take the stand?
I
real quick?
gotta take. I missed probably my favorite Dirty 5 of the year.
Yeah,
It was
true.
yeah,
And quarterbacks,
and you also had
right.
Andre in the building.
I had Andre here, and I missed that. I missed my old team captain. But Andre took a shot at my boy Herbie.
He did.
He said
did.
he was grossly overrated.
He
Well,
sucks.
I have
not just overrated, grossly
yeah.
overrated.
I have the stats here in my paper. Herbie was 10-7 last year, not bad. He also played injured.
With a crap coach.
Yeah, he put up 4,700 yards in the air, 25 touchdowns, 10 INTs, for a rating of 93.2, and he completed 68.2% of his balls. Joe Burrow is like the most accurate passer in the league, right? Most
yeah, I
people
mean,
would
that's
say.
that's one of the things you think of is,
Yeah.
is accuracy.
His-
Except for week 1 last year against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I
It was
don't
like
know what
12 for
happened.
32 or something.
4 picks, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I
He-
might have said he was washed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
dude.
I-
That was a hot take.
Yeah, do y'all remember that?
That was on the fridge.
that would
type
have been
take
on
there, yeah.
the fridge.
Mitch Trubisky was a better quarterback.
Hey, yeah.
But I had to come in and shout out Herbie. Now I don't have him higher than Burrow this year.
Okay.
But
Good.
okay, so my
Good.
Dirty 5, not named Mahomes, is going to be number 1 Burrow, number 2 Hurts,
Uh-oh.
number 3 Allen,
Uh-oh.
number 4 Herbert, and 5 is a toss-up. I'm going to go with the guy who I think has the biggest ceiling, but it could have been Lamar. Golf, which nobody talked about golf. Where are y'all at on golf?
Yeah.
Detroit Lions fans.
I never heard of Lamar Golf.
Where are y'all at on Jared Goff?
I was expecting him to be mentioned as like an honorable mention type dude because
I thought that
he
was
had a
going to be
phenomenal year last year.
Listen to Goff's numbers.
He didn't make Angevon's top 10.
Yeah, and Angevon did a top 10, and he's a Lions fan now because of Hard Knocks like we were.
4,400 yards, 29 and 7.
The Rams would have loved to have him last year.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's a toss-up between Goff. Geno, I didn't feel like he got enough love because he had a heck of a year.
Yeah, I don't think anyone believes in it.
Yeah.
Though.
Y'all don't believe, so y'all want to see it again.
Yeah, oh gosh, yes.
More so with him than the young guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you think it's more – all right, so you believe more in Danger Russ? Or is Danger Russ and Geno
Danger Russ
assistant?
has Sean
Russ,
Payton.
yeah, Russ has shown us a lot.
He has a Super Bowl.
Over the should have had 2.
Right. But now with Geno being over there, and he puts up a crazy year that we've never seen from him, and Russ comes to Denver, and granted, I know that was a bad situation.
But he's got,
you see what I'm saying there?
Sean Payton with him.
Hey, look,
Was Russ a system quarterback?
Last year, would you have said that Geno was going to have a better year than Russ?
So you're saying they're both system quarterbacks?
Yeah, I'm asking. Do you think that's possible?
real quick.
Because
there's only one way.
Geno overachieved.
There's only one way to know. Drew Lock. That's it. Drew Cook.
Yeah, that led Drew Cook.
Yeah.
What's up, Tom?
I mean,
All right. Say that the Saints are in the Super Bowl on that play call on the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think Breeze would have called audible? Like, hell no, we're not passing the ball on the 1 yard line. Like, why didn't Russ just call audible?
I don't know, man.
Well, he was still young at that point.
I'd say he was in his rookie
He
contract.
doesn't
wasn't
matter.
Russell Wilson at that point.
You got beast mode behind you, though.
Yeah, but you also got Pete Carroll on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like,
Why didn't beast mode call a timeout?
Whatever Pete Carroll says, they're going to do.
Exactly. I mean, like, the
That's
dude's
true.
won national championship.
It was the worst.
He had won a Super Bowl
It was
at that
the worst
point,
Super
right?
Bowl
Is that the
you
year
saw.
before?
Yeah,
That's when they thumped the Broncos. They're trying to go back-to-back. Yeah, I mean, he ain't going to try and buck that.
I was glad to see y'all give Kirk Cousins some love because Captain
Kirk
Kirk,
had
he had a
wonderful
he
year.
had a really good year.
I've become a Kirk fan on quarterback.
Y'all,
I need to
he
watch
was
some more
Oh,
of
You
it,
have a Chance. You have a Kirk shirt.
because of a bet.
he was
But
13 and
that's the
4
only
last
reason.
year.
Yeah.
Have you
Chance,
seen
you don't
any of
like him, man.
the
He's
show
just a good
Quarterback?
dude, man.
Oh,
Netflix?
yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
I'm nuts
If
deep in
anybody,
Suits
you
right
need
now,
to
though.
watch it.
Quarterbacks is
It's what
awesome.
you like
The
quarterback.
wife,
Hey,
the wife
Kurt,
is
what did-
addicted to Suits.
Suits is phenomenal.
What
You
did
need to
Kurt
watch it,
say?
Ty.
He said my critics would say if I walked on water, it's because
Because I couldn't swim.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, but number 5, I
Sound like
went
something
with
we'd say.
I went with T-Law because I think he's the biggest ceiling guy because he's allegedly the best,
Since Luck.
since Luck and Manning. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But
A sure thing.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does because he's got weapons this year,
So
and he's got
He's got a
Dougie.
true number one
He's got
wide
Dougie.
receiver this year.
no love for my guy, number 5 there.
Staffy.
I mean, take his injury away last year. What has he done not to be?
I just don't know. And I didn't notice. I didn't bring up Aaron Rodgers either.
Or Dak.
No, sorry, Andre, but Dak is nowhere.
Andre didn't do that. That was Jacob.
Oh, who
Jacob.
was that?
That was
Okay,
Jacob,
Jacob.
yeah.
Sorry, Dak's
Totally
not
a joke,
sniffing
too.
the top 5.
I don't know.
not
He said you
sniffing the top
spelled
5.
Dak MVP.
He did say that.
Yeah. All right. In Jerry World, maybe. But
Dak just lost his guard, maybe.
I don't
I
know.
saw that. Yeah.
Which one?
Zach Martin.
He's holding out.
He's holding out.
Really?
Yeah.
Became a 99 overall in Madden, and
He's
now
He's been a
making-
99 overall
He's
for a
making
decade.
like 4 or
No,
5
yeah.
million less.
This is the first time a guard has been a 99 overall in Madden since Larry Allen
Wow.
in 03.
I was gonna predict. I mean, guess Larry Ogden. Wasn't it Ogden, Baltimore?
They said Larry Allen.
That's Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ogden and Larry Allen.
We don't
was,
know that one, Ty.
The Cowboys
John-
guy, right?
He's a dude that hit them like 51
You just
bench
combined
press
2 of the
reps.
best linemen ever.
Well, that's
That's how you get 99.
Look at Ronnie go, man. Ronnie with the wheels.
Didn't Dak
Ground
lead
ball.
the NFL in interceptions last year?
Yes.
And he missed 4 or 5 games.
Something like that.
What Still
what
led
was
the
the
NFL.
quote?
in
And that's
interceptions
talent.
last
He
year.
said a
Somebody
quote.
he said he will not have more than 10 this year.
And he said if he does, he'll he said something crazy like I'll quit or something like that.
Oh, we
Like,
hope. Let's encourage for 10 then.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all
11.
in. Yeah, let's go for 11.
So let's get,
Over under 9.5.
let's get
I
to
bet
this.
the house on the over.
Let's get to this South preview because I'm chomping at the bit over here talking about the Saints.
Oh.
Talk about Baker, right?
Whenever Fox
Dude,
said
Fox
he's
said
not
that,
scared of
I was rolling.
I was like, he doesn't know your love affair.
Clay's
I didn't
want to just. Yeah, I didn't want to stop the recording or anything.
Should
we save the Saints for last?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
probably.
We need to save them for last. We're not
It's
going
gonna
by
be the
standings.
longest. For sure.
Do we start
Falcons.
Start the Dirty Birds.
Got them dirty birds. Call me.
All right. So the Falcons signed Taylor Heineke, 2 years, $20 million. Wow, did not know he got that much.
How long till he is the starter there?
Very
Week
possible.
4.
It won't
When's
be
the
long.
bye week?
Yeah, I mean he's the guy that you're not mad for him being your backup. Mac Hollins, Scotty Miller. Wow.
Dude, they signed a lot of freaking people.
Jonnu Smith,
Scotty Miller came from the
Tampa,
Bucs, right?
white boy. Yeah.
Did they get our former
Very fast
like
white guy.
linebacker
Very
coach
fast.
or something?
No, they got a defensive line coach for
Defensive
the
line
defensive
coach. What
coordinator.
was his name? Ricard or Richard?
Oh,
Nelson?
shoot. Yes. He was going to be the DC at LSU, and Sean Payton said, "No, I'm paying you more." You're
Yeah,
staying."
the Richard guy. Where did he go?
I think he might be up north.
Oh shoot,
Chris.
Chance, what is
Chris
his
Richard.
name?
Chris Richard.
Chris Richard, I think is actually how you pronounce it. But God,
Was it
Ryan Nielsen.
Ryan?
Nielsen.
Richard's still here.
Yeah, he's our secondary coach now. He took the secondary job when Aaron Glenn took the defensive coordinator job at Detroit.
He won't be there after this upcoming season.
Yeah, probably not. But no, Ryan Nielsen was going to be the LSU's DC. When O hired freaking
not Aranda.
the joke.
Bo Pelini?
Bo Pelini.
Oh,
And Sean Payton said,
what a
he's
signing!
a joke.
He's a freaking joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a joke. Especially if you heard all the stories. When
However,
he was doing
I
down
have
there.
heard. I've listened to like some clips from Bussing with the Boys, and Will Compton played in Nebraska. Whenever he was there, and he said like he's one of the like coolest dudes ever. Like,
Oh yeah,
Bo
that
Pelini's,
was the
like,
problem.
awesome.
He enjoyed being cool. He just didn't want to do the grind of coaching anymore. Yeah. But Ryan Nielsen was going to be your DC, and Sean Payton said, "No, you're not going nowhere."
I remember.
That's
that.
why I was shocked he didn't bring him over to Denver with him.
I remember all that.
Yeah, and so they hired him at
Because I remembered the Falcons got somebody from us this offseason because they took a lot of our players.
Onyemata.
Well,
Yeah, they took like 3 or 4 other like random dudes.
Yeah.
too.
Ellis, Caden Ellis.
Caden Ellis.
the,
Yeah,
the front office guy went over to Atlanta.
yeah, he's their
couple-
general manager
yeah,
last
so,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Caden Ellis hurt.
Dude, why couldn't you keep him in the building with the Saints?
Who's that?
Their current GM.
Because he knew Mickey Loomis would never go nowhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
Mickey Loomis is too busy
like,
running
you
2
don't-
franchises.
You don't
right
turn down a
He's
GM
not.
job.
He's
in
not
the
running
NFL.
the Pelicans anymore, though, right?
He still has. He's not. No, he's not.
now. They still run
Griffin's
everything
running
by
them,
him, though.
But yes, he's like Griffin's
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah.
basically.
It's stupid.
He's basically. He's basically.
He
the
is New Orleans. How
owner.
about that? Get up.
Get out of here, ball.
Shoot, he jammed him.
Dang it. Ronnie's taking third.
It's not gonna
But I don't know how.
matter,
I mean,
they'll give him that.
all the responsibilities you got for a GM for an NFL team, to have any other responsibility
It's negligent.
mind-boggling.
It's
Yeah,
negligent.
I couldn't handle it.
I mean,
I could barely handle
what
it as a
are you
fan.
really doing with the Pelicans?
Well, what was he doing?
Yeah,
Because
what
he
was
was
it? Yes.
like
Yeah.
legit running both.
He
Yeah.
was the GM. Like,
I don't.
legit GM.
And that's why the Pelicans sucked for
And that's
so
why
long.
they were terrible. Yeah.
Because he had all of his eggs in the Saints basket, probably.
Oh no.
They didn't
Yeah.
care about the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
Don't
they
get me
didn't
wrong.
matter.
I like Loomis, but I'm not like. I've never worshipped him or.
I mean, he's sleeping with Gale, so man, that's all he's got
But
the
I mean-
job still.
I'll sleep with Gil.
But I get where you're coming from, Kyle. I get where you're coming from, but like he's done enough good. Like
Love you, Juan.
He's good, but he's not.
yeah, but
yeah.
any GM for this long a period of time, you're gonna have that same thing.
Yeah,
I mean, because you're gonna have enough busts. I mean, you're gonna make some bad picks, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean,
Peyton Turner.
Marcus Davenport.
Marcus Davenport.
hey,
Is
hey.
Davenport still with
He
us?
is no, he is
Minnesota,
number
right?
0
That's-
at Minnesota. Yes,
That'll
he's
probably look
supporting
good
the
on
zero.
him, though.
It does look. He
That-
fills out a jersey pretty
Like
good,
when
yeah.
Mason Smith finally wears it for us for LSU. This would be
Oh,
cool.
We're ready for that talk. Brian Kelly's ready for him too.
Brian Kelly said it's about
It's about to be
do some
on.
bad stuff.
Yeah, he did.
I saw that he said he could have played like the end of the year on the torn ACL.
Dude,
Yes.
they're chewing out that picture. For
Yeah,
that
what
little,
happened?
He had some kind of exchange with Ronnie.
Oh. But, moving on to the other
Buddy, you don't know.
other signings
So
for
you finna get your
the
butt
Falcons. Yeah.
Don't you make Snicker get out that dugout?
What did he do?
Oh, he's distracting them.
We got to talk about your boy.
I like it.
My boy?
Yeah, Atlanta.
Oh, Jeff Okudah.
There we go.
Jeff Okudah. Ready to lock down Chris Olave.
Or a hurt Michael Thomas, one of the two.
Yeah, one or the other. Lorenzo Carter, Bud Dupree, solid low end signings. Calais Campbell. How about that?
That's the one that we were all like,
why not come to New Orleans?
Why not come to New Orleans? Why would you?
Isn't he like 6'9"?
Yes, he's a large man.
Yeah.
And he's been around the block. Like, it's time to, like,
yeah.
Why would you go to a team like that?
Cardinals. David Onyemata, Caden Ellis from both the Saints.
Yeah. That sucks.
Tough losses, yeah.
They paid them a lot of money, though.
Yeah, and speaking of paying money, Jesse Bates, 4 years,
Caden Ellis is not
million.
worth $21.5 million. No matter how we felt about, he ain't worth that.
No, he's not.
And Onyemata's not worth. Well, I guess it's.
But it was only 11 guaranteed though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it was a big contract.
Still, we ain't throwing that at him.
We weren't going to pay
3 a
them.
year.
Yeah.
That's why he left, because he's making.
I
more money.
mean, 3.
But what are his incentives though?
Oh, I'm sure they're pretty big. If I had kids,
games played and stuff.
Yeah, games played. That'd be easy.
Not with his injury history. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he stayed hurt first.
That's why
years.
I don't feel like it's that big of a loss for us. I mean, he never really played for us until this last year.
No, just our depth. At the
Ellis.
Onyemata.
Onyemata's a loss.
Ellis didn't play because of the depth at linebacker. That linebacker room was good.
Ellis?
Yeah.
No, Ellis played a lot for you at the end of the year last year.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Before
prior that.
Prior, yeah.
But
we
that
didn't
other white boy, Hanson,
Chase Hansen was the guy.
Yeah.
And there was another guy from Ohio State or Nebraska.
Pete Warner.
And then there's another one from Nebraska.
No, Wisconsin.
Zach Baum.
Zach Baum.
Who they
Did we finally cut him?
Yeah. No, he's still on the squad, but he's not like.
He's the roster spot.
Yes. Yeah. They've always tried to make him more into what, and Ellis was the one that it's like here. Let me
Ellis
play.
was like the 7th rounder, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to the who dat later.
Sorry.
Jesse Bates, though, probably top 5, top 10 safety in the NFL.
I forgot he went
getting
there.
paid like one.
Is he worth the 65 though?
I mean, it's hard paying safeties that much money.
It is,
but I
in the
mean,
NFL.
what Marcus Williams get? 5 for 80, I think, in Baltimore. I mean, that's pretty much that same range. He's really good.
His is front loaded. It looks like.
But when
Jesse's
$23 million in year one, wow, yeah.
So
a team like that,
41.
A team like that can pay a safety that much. I mean,
rookie quarterback contract. Really paying nobody on offense.
They're paying nobody on offense.
No, because Pitts is still on rookie, and then Robinson
and Patterson just on a 1-year deal every year.
Who plays wide receiver for them?
Aguilar.
Drake London's on a rookie year.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Aguilar.
I like Drake London too.
I was a big Drake London fan coming out of the draft.
Yeah, I wanted him in New Orleans.
I mean, Bates. That's a big signing for them. And then at the cornerback, Trey Flowers, Mike Hughes, Jeff Okudah, all pretty much resurgence projects.
They've taken the Seahawks method.
Yeah, draft Trey Flowers was a Seahawk. And I think Mike Hughes might have been there for a bit.
Pay the defense, draft the offense.
Yeah, and with the cornerbacks, those are all guys that are very athletic, got good length, so that's what you want to take a shot on.
He ain't gonna say nothing to him. He ain't gonna say nothing
He's
to
the
him.
best player in baseball, bro. Just chill out.
Looking at their losses, Marcus Mariota's gone to the Eagles. We discussed him last week, as well as Zacchaeus, Demir Bird. Nothing really there.
Speaking of
Mariota is a character fit for Philly if Hurts goes down. He's just
he fits well for that.
Plug and play.
A running
Plug and play.
Another good guy that I've learned in the show, quarterbacks, man.
Yeah,
He's just a good dude, humble dude.
You knew that from his Heisman speech. Like,
yeah,
you could tell it back then.
Right.
So did he explain the situation at the end of the season?
I haven't gotten there yet.
No, I haven't watched.
You know, and if the first 2 games of Atlanta, I mean, he loses a game on like the last play of both of those.
Back-to-back weeks, wasn't it?
Back-to-back weeks, yeah. They could have very easily had 2 more wins.
Oh, that season! I mean, you come out winning like that early.
They would have won the division.
Turns everything around. They win the division.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's still the quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. Really, the rest of their losses, nothing crazy. I mean, half these guys haven't even been signed. Rashawn Evans, I believe he's a Bama guy. Mike Ford, Rashad Fenton, Casey Hayward, who signed there like halfway through the year, I think.
That's
just
a
to
lot
play
of people they
football.
lost that haven't been signed.
Yeah, it really. I guess that just shows how bad their roster was.
Mm-hmm.
When I was looking at my Dirty 5 running backs, I'm like, can I have a running back in there that's not signed yet? Like Dalvin Cook.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, is it look bad if I have
definitely
him
under
in there?
consideration.
Yeah.
That's just the NFL is crazy with that stuff.
Speaking of Madden ratings again, though, he in the top 20 running backs on Madden.
Dalvin,
Yeah,
he's number 6.
Do y'all still play
I
Madden?
must have went over his name then.
Oh,
I saw Zeke at like 14.
Somebody done their research.
Yeah, he's like
I'm
a 91.
going completely off of memory from this morning. My bad. My bad. Did it say free agent?
I don't know. I just saw his
See,
name.
only
Is
I
this
said
how
it
you made
'cause-
your list off of Madden?
No, I saw it on Twitter today, dude. I saw it on Twitter. And I love that crap. It's cool to me.
Something I kind of forgot. Bijan Robinson.
no.
He went for $60 in a fantasy league I'm in
Dude,
right now.
I mean, I feel like Atlanta's drafted well, and they've drafted parts where they needed to, like, they're trying to not tank, but they're trying to be competitive, and they're building a defense, get a good running back to just ride him in his rookie contract.
Then, Algier last year was really good.
Yes.
So I mean, between them, you got them both on rookie deals, which is what everyone wants in the NFL for the next 2 or 3 years.
And I know Bijan is amazing, but like, who takes a running back at 8 overall right now?
But what do you do, Coach?
Them.
Somebody's going to run the ball.
The quarterbacks
every
are
time
gone.
They touch it.
Yeah.
You really need a quarterback. Do you really need another defensive lineman?
Just
do you really want to
trade?
And you
trade
just
out.
paid. You just paid for the
paid
defense.
your secondary. You just bought your secondary.
Yeah, stack picks.
So go get an offensive line.
Hey.
No, stack picks.
Yeah, but who's going to trade up when you don't have a quarterback or a position that player
I
that?
think a lot of. You still
because-
had all the receivers waiting to go.
But they
there.
knew they were going to wait. I mean, like, why trade up to pay more for him when he's going to be there?
No. I meant trade your pick. Trade your pick.
I'm talking about, but who's going to trade up? Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. It's number 8 overall pick though. I mean, there's value there.
Value about what was? I mean, if you're a contender, maybe. But so you trade. Say you're Kansas City, and you need something. Okay.
I don't think Kansas City could get there. I think it's like.
But a contender team would be the one that would do it.
I think it's like your middle of the road like draft. Like you would stack. You give that pick, trade that pick off, and then for next year's whatever,
Bro,
second
you're
round
not,
or third round.
If you're not winning the Super Bowl, you should be getting in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
everybody can't do it.
And
Drake May,
the May kid. Yeah, I don't. I mean, don't it. If it wasn't for Caleb Williams, we'd be all talking about Drake May the same way. I mean,
And hey, how about Jaden Daniels?
Hey,
straight up, baby.
I'm ready to see what he does.
He's going to be a first-round draft pick. Throw it on the refrigerator right now.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, let's go. I love it.
First one.
Jaden Daniels, first-round
Write
pick.
it down.
I like it. Let's put it on the fridge.
I hope that happens.
It's going to happen.
Dude, what
He's the second favorite for Heisman behind
I was about
Williams.
to
I know.
say,
I was
what's-
going to
was
bet
he
on it because I
second?
thought he'd be like 4th or 5th, and I saw second.
Y'all know who's
So that's probably
really,
only like
really big on LSU.
Plus
this
1,200.
year?
Plus 1,200.
Cowherd.
Yep, that's right.
Cowherd's,
Your boy.
Cowherd's been big.
Cowherd.
Yeah, but he's even
all
bigger
about
on
LSU.
USC, though.
Well, just because it's because of where he's at. Yeah.
But he says that though.
But he's always been a big USC.
well, no,
guy.
he says that he's in big markets on the radio, which is why he pushes big market teams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hate that he's a freaking sellout, but it is what it is.
I love me some Colin Cowherd.
Deep
I do
down,
too, 'cause-
Cowherd's always been a LSU guy, though. Like he was talking about.
Most of those ESPN dudes are like
They
Ryan
all like
Rosillo,
him.
SVP.
Rosillo loves him.
Well,
he goes
you
every
know,
year.
that's because they get to go and see what it's about. I mean, it's,
Yes.
there's no other
All
experience.
SVP, all of them have been down to games. They know what it's
And like
about.
the Pardon My Take guys, Big Cat and PFT, they love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Everybody
it's so different.
Everybody just
than
loves Baton
everything
Rouge and New
else.
Orleans.
Exactly. And the people down there is like, come on, you can
Yeah.
come get it under tit. We'll eat
Hospitality.
some. Yeah, exactly.
We'll eat a gator.
So over and under on the Falcons wins.
What's Vegas
Take
say?
a look at the schedule. We got
Josh, what was that
Carolina.
line?
Carolina opening week.
It's a win.
Green Bay. I mean,
Aaron Rodgers
2-0 maybe.
Yeah. Detroit's
Jordan
a
Love
loss.
will be early in his career there. So Detroit at Detroit.
Loss.
Yeah, but it's not something that if the Falcons win, you'd be shocked at.
Yeah, but I don't think
You could
think
easily
they're going to go 3-0.
They could be 3-0 going to London to play Jacksonville, which is Jacksonville's second home.
Desmond Ridder.
It is, but I think we discussed it. Did we discuss it last episode or sometime recently? The Falcons have a really good roster, or not really good, but a good, like,
They have a okay
promising
roster,
roster around everybody. It's just, can the quarterback figure it out?
The only reason Atlanta was in those games early last year is because Mariota's legs. Ritter's not giving you that. He's going to be a lame standing duck back here. I just don't know if he's going to be able to keep you in these ugly games. That
Then you got Heineke.
He won't be there long.
I think
3 or 4
Heineke's-
games, Heineke's probably in there.
Yeah.
I don't think Ritter's going to be that bad.
I mean, he's not going to be that bad, but he ain't going to be good enough to do anything. I mean, he's not going to be bad because he's going to probably go 14 for 23 with 140 yards.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, that's kind of games they're going to ask him to do. So he's not going to be bad because they're not going to ask him to do a lot.
Well, I thought he was good at running the ball. Am I wrong about that?
No,
he's not. He runs it some.
He runs it some, but he's not really a runner. He didn't run much at Cincinnati.
He's a lot like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
he's got it.
very
He don't
much
use
so.
it.
Exactly. That's good. Good
So
comp
will
there.
he use it more?
Since we're looking at the
this year?
stereotype there,
Well,
Yeah, that's
I
good
hope
comp.
he doesn't like massages.
That's
yeah.
true. That is true.
Not going to be good.
So the over and under is 8.5.
Ooh,
That's big.
oh, that's a lot.
that's a lot.
I mean,
That's a
we're
lot of
talking about
people.
over
8.5.
500.
But if you're saying
Whoa.
they could
500.
if they could win their first 3 games, I mean,
Give me the under.
Well,
There's
Unless-
Ritter's rushing yards in
Vegas,
Cincinnati.
Vegas likes
there's some
Heineke.
people that's big on Atlanta this year.
Vegas
A
likes
lot
Heineke.
of people are big on
They are
Atlanta.
big.
COVID year Ritter.
They
had-
like Robinson a lot.
They're in the worst division in the league.
Yeah, that helps.
They got
Yeah,
an easy
Ritter can
schedule,
run.
pretty much.
Who plays defensive tackle for the Saints? So I mean, that's
I
one
mean,
thing.
Whoever
Brian
wins
Brzee.
between them and the Saints is probably going to win division.
Yeah.
Baker, baby.
didn't Ritter hurt his knee though?
I don't really know.
ACL?
He got hurt
maybe
last
maybe
year.
so.
He
That
did
might-
get hurt
You
last
talking about
year.
in college?
College or
He
was
ran
in
a lot.
college.
He ran a lot less this last year in college, so something must have happened.
Didn't he tear ACL
I
or
thought he got
Achilles?
injured.
No, he played the
in
whole.
college.
He played his whole senior year because he took him to the playoffs.
He had a 91-yard touchdown during the COVID
He
year.
did.
They met Alabama.
Then they met Alabama. Yeah.
Reality check.
That offensive line does not look like they're going to hold up long.
Yeah. So as we-
8.5 though, guys.
but after Jacksonville, Houston,
They got winnable games.
Houston, Washington, Tampa Bay, Tennessee,
Yeah.
Minnesota, Arizona.
New York Jets.
Their schedule is
That-
so
that
much.
is
Look
Cold.
at this schedule.
But
That's
it's
a
just
pa-
like the Saints.
that's
They're
a
almost
patty
the
cake
identical
schedule.
schedule.
Saints, Jets, Tampa Bay, Carolina, Indianapolis, Chicago, New Orleans. Every one of these games on here
Hey,
could
never
be a
mind.
win.
I know the answer. I forgot. I
And
asked
yeah,
the same
that
question last week.
like every game on here, there's not a game on here that I'm just going to say
I
loss.
keep forgetting Anthony Richardson exists.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, who's the Colts quarterback?
So the Saints almost have the same schedule, and their toughest game is probably Jacksonville, just like them.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this schedule, is there any game on here that y'all say just straight up loss?
Saints.
Saints, Detroit.
One of the Saints, but you wouldn't be shocked if
Saints
we're
still
gonna
lost.
split.
Saints, Detroit, Jaguars.
Yeah.
That's
Jacksonville and London.
Those
though.
are the toughest games.
They don't. I mean,
Jack-
they ain't got
that's
a home field
home game for
anyway.
Jacksonville.
It is. It is.
I mean, they ain't got a home field in Jacksonville. I mean, crap. That might
It's
actually be
London
favored.
more than
Yeah, but-
Jacksonville.
Has Jacksonville ever won in London?
Yeah,
They won last
I
year.
think they did last year.
Yeah.
They didn't beat the Vikings
No.
last year.
They
No,
Yeah.
Vikings won.
Wait, who played the
Is that what
Saints?
happened? I can't remember.
Vikings played the Saints last year.
Jacksonville.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because JJ went off.
Jacksonville
did.
could have
That was every game.
tied it
Yeah.
or took the lead late. Hold on.
I'm looking. Don't know how I'm about to see this.
Yeah, I
You're
think
not.
the
Y'all got any
reason-
idea who they played?
I think
Chargers.
the reason for the 8.5's got to be scheduled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That schedule
Yeah,
might be
that's,
the worst.
that
in
may be
football.
the best. Yeah.
Oh, it's
in
this one,
football.
Denver. 21-17, they lost.
Denver took the lead late.
Oh, yeah, it was a bad.
Oh,
game.
it,
Was that a Thursday night game?
No, it was Sunday.
Sunday morning.
That was a Sunday morning game.
I was
Yeah.
in West
Just as
Virginia.
bad.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go under only because I hate the Falcons, and then Ritter's a big question mark.
I take the under too.
I think the head coach is a question mark.
There you go, Ty. Latavius Murray. Because he had 2 games in London.
Yep.
And he scored a touchdown with 1 minute left to
The
take the lead.
Saints- The Saints were. Was that the week before?
Let's
Or the
see.
week after.
That the Saints played there.
No, Saints was the first one there. Pretty sure.
So this was week. What week was that? I just said. Week 8. The Saints played there.
So
Probably
me and
week 7 or
me and
6.
Josh got under. What about you?
The
Ty?
Falcons. It's that.
Saints played there week 4.
It's that 8.5. So obviously you got to get 9. I mean 9.
That's a
nine's
winning
lot.
record. That's a winning record.
Do we think they are a winning record football team?
No.
No.
So the,
No.
the pod's going under.
What's
Yes,
the odds
under.
on that?
And the thing
I'm
is,
sure it's about
they
even.
won 7 last year.
Yeah, but I'm telling you.
And should have won a couple more.
Yeah,
Probably should have won 9.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this.
If they can win 10, they can win the division.
Read us off the over-unders for everybody else
Kyle
in the
Pitts is
division.
not suspended this
just
year.
to kind of put
Okay,
it up against
so
them.
the Saints
I forgot about that.
Saints are at 10.
over under 9.5.
9.5 for the Saints. Okay.
Yep.
We got to take the over on that as a pod.
Absolutely do.
Falcons 8.5. Carolina 7.5.
That's
Tampa Bay 6.5.
7.5 sounds a little
Tampa
high.
6.5.
6.5. I think they're going to be terrible this year.
I'm telling you, they're going to trade. They're going to be trading them players.
Josh, you better duck.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. I didn't expect the Falcons to have the second best line there. I didn't, but
Carolina,
Telling you, a lot of people like them.
Carolina could actually be better than Atlanta this year.
yeah, they could.
Speaking of
Definitely.
Carolina,
Just give them time.
let's move on to Carolina.
Hey, dude, if you're going to get a toolbox, get a toolbox. This is ridiculous.
That's a makeup bag.
It's a bag.
I'm going to get a toolbox for the studio.
Yeah, you do that.
Love y'all.
All right. Moving on to Carolina. Andy Dalton, Saints legend, 2 years, $11 million.
Great
smart
sign.
pickup.
Yeah,
was a
definitely.
great sign. When you got a rookie quarterback, I mean, who better than a veteran like Dalton?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a great signing. And a couple of these other signings on offense I like a lot.
Yeah,
for
Miles
them.
Sanders felt
Yeah,
like a signing.
Miles Sanders, 4 year, $25 million. Yeah, he's a running back, but that's the kind of contract you can pay. $13 million guaranteed. That's very
That's a
easily
great
to get
signing
off.
too, I think.
Yeah, he had a great year last year. Probably a top 5 or 10 running back in the league last year.
And they didn't use him as much as Carolina's probably going to use him.
Yeah, for sure.
No, he's about to run the ball a lot
Yeah.
this year.
Who else does Carolina have there?
He didn't have to share the backfield
And I
with
think
Hurts.
Thielen, is a great pickup. When you got a rookie quarterback,
Still got
somebody-
Do you think he's worth 3 years, 25 though at this point?
I think it's not only though his, on the field. I think it's off the field. A lot
Locker
of that's
room
money.
type deal.
Yeah, having that
But
veteran
who's he
guy.
mentoring?
It's not. He's not.
DJ
Bryce
Shark.
Young.
They got a bunch of young players.
so
bunch of
a-
young players.
It's more of a locker
A
room
wide
than
receiver is going to mentor a quarterback.
Well, it helps having that veteran presence in the building, I would think.
Yeah, he's going to keep this.
Andy
locker
Dalton's
room.
there for that.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
keep
another
this-
guy that helps. But having a smart receiver, scrappy, lunch pail guy, quarterback
but he-
son, first
He's an
one in,
outlet-
last one out.
He's an outlet for a young quarterback.
But guys,
too.
we're looking.
He's banged up all the
we're
time.
looking at
though,
a,
last year.
We're
wasn't
looking
he?
at a 4-year contract. It's probably not guaranteed for the 4 years. Carolina's not looking to win the next 2 to 3. So I mean, he's there to just through the growth of getting this thing built back up. I mean,
and he's good for 8 touchdowns a year.
that money's not hurting Carolina right now. Like they're trying to just.
They drafted Jonathan Mingo from Mississippi, the
That-
fast guy.
That was a good.
That's a good
that's a
1-2
good pick.
punch
and
to
then
go with him.
Terrace Marshall's still there,
Yes.
waiting to finally
Hayden
get
Hurst was
opportunity.
a good pickup.
Yeah.
I think.
Hayden Hurst.
So they still got Terrence. So they got 2 LSU.
And they
receivers.
brought in DJ Chark as well.
Yeah.
Shout out Winfield.
Yeah.
Shout
yeah.
out.
I like what they done.
He kind of underperformed. I thought he was going to be better.
Shaw Tuttle, was he a Saint last
He's
year?
never had a quarterback.
He's been hurt.
He went
a
to
lot, too, hasn't
Jacksonville with nobody.
Yeah.
he? I don't think
I mean-
he's been healthy.
And then Amon Ra became the sun god last
He got
year.
hurt
Yeah.
last year too, I think.
Chart did, yeah.
Shaw Tuttle, did he be a Saint last year?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
3 years, $19 million
He was
there.
probably our best D tackle.
Yeah, that was a good sign for them.
And then also another Saint, Von Bell down there, who felt like he played pretty well last year. I
Well,
don't know what his
Tuttle's-
contract
He's
is.
played well at Carolina. I mean, he's played well at
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati ever since they signed him.
Was Shot Tuttle the one that tried to kill Matty Ice? Is that Shot Tuttle?
You
With the
talking
stiff
about?
That wasn't Cam Jordan.
No.
No, that
Cam
wasn't-
Jordan tried to kill a quarterback.
Is that Tuttle? I don't.
Was it Shot Tuttle with the stiff arm? I think it was.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't
it
know.
was Tuttle.
We have so many freaking D tackles. It feels like that just
Not
move
anymore.
around.
We do not have any D tackles.
I mean, that's pretty much it that they added there.
Man,
Losses.
Look, I know you're going for the money, Von Bell, but dude, how do you go from being like a Super Bowl contending roster for 2 or 3 years to go to that? Like,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Well,
to,
I know they lost Jesse Bates too. I know they have the kid from Michigan, Dax Hill, I believe is his name. He's a backup safety. I know he's going to take up a big role, but I mean, opposite of him, I don't know who the other one is because you lose Bell and Bates.
I know. Like, that's
Losses for Carolina: Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker, Nothing much really
Sam
there.
Darnold didn't hurt him.
Dante Foreman, who had a pretty good year for them last year. DJ Moore traded. Totally forgot about that.
No.
He's in Chicago now.
Man,
anyone
that's not
else really. A
Look
lot of guys
look
are
how
getting
many
signed
guys
again.
that tells you how good a roster you had last year.
The South just sucked. What about the Saints? We got about half the Saints signed, so that's good. But man, that's pretty much it that they lost. Nothing big. Obviously, draft-wise, brought in Bryce Young, Jonathan Mingo from Ole Miss, very fast. Had some first-round buzz.
He's going to be their DJ Moore replacement.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He'll have a couple 50-yard touchdown receptions.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll
make you want to get him on a fantasy roster.
Hey, Bryce Young's QB1, huh?
Yeah.
They've already announced that, right?
Definitely.
When did they draft Corral?
Last
year.
I know, but like when?
They're
third?
Second or third round. I saw today.
I thought it was fourth.
I saw today he's supposed to play like the majority of the preseason snaps because they're trying to trade him.
Probably. I like that.
That's
and
smart.
they're going to try and shop him.
Build him up a little bit. That's smart. There were some guys like
got Dante Jackson out there.
Yeah.
Jace Horn.
Does well.
Xavier Woods from West Monroe. Mentioned him earlier.
Jace Horn's kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah, he's really good.
I think he's going to be really good. I think
Jeremy
he's going to be
Chin.
a Saints kind of, one of those like, oh, God, here we go. Yeah.
C.J. Henderson as well. They got him for practically free last year from Jacksonville. He's very talented, has all the opportunity to break out. That's a really good secondary room there.
They had a scrappy defense last year.
They do. Shaq Thompson, Brian Burns is incredible.
Yeah, he's good.
Derek Brown. They got talent there. They do, and they brought in some depth. They brought in a lot of guys that can just help them. It's a solid team. It's a solid team. Looking at their schedule, as we mentioned earlier, open up in Atlanta, and then week 2 they host the Saints on Monday night. That's an interesting game.
I don't know why Monday night picked that one, but
Bryce Young.
I'm all for it.
Got to be Bryce Young.
Bryce Young and the Saints.
Yeah.
And then Bryce Young goes to Seattle the next week. That'll be fun.
The Saints are a big draw on television. I mean, we always
And, well, it's also
when you got
his first home game.
You got Taysom Hill.
First home game,
right.
number 1 overall pick. They're going to put that on national TV.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked today and against the Texans week 2.
Yeah.
That's generally what they do.
Yeah.
You remember they did that with Andrew Luck and RG3.
Mm-hmm. I think
did
so.
with Carson Wentz and Jared Goff as well.
Well, they want to talk about Carr on TV going to the Saints, too.
Yeah, for sure.
And Taysom Hill. I mean, he's
Light the candle.
Storm and Mormon, baby.
Yeah.
Light the candle.
Hope his chain breaks.
At Seattle, Minnesota, at Detroit, at Miami. That's
2 tough games right there.
Those 4 in a row right there.
5 in a row.
Because you go, with the Saints too. Yeah,
Saints, Seattle, Minnesota, Detroit, Miami.
Ooh.
But then you come out the bye.
7.5, right?
Yeah. You come out the bye.
Oh yeah,
Then you get Houston, Indianapolis, Chicago on Thursday night. Wait, did the Falcons have a Thursday night game? I don't remember seeing one.
Not everybody has to have one, right?
They do not. They have London. I guess that's their replacement. That's really weird.
That's good for them.
Yeah, it is for sure. Houston, Indianapolis, Chicago. You might come out that bye with 3 straight wins. Very possible. Then Dallas, 3-game road trip of at Tennessee, at Tampa, at New Orleans. Then Atlanta, which I don't know why they're not putting a time for that game. That's weird.
They did that last week too with week 18 games. None of them have
Oh yeah, but this is a week 15 game.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna flex it because they're both gonna
How
suck.
did Jacksonville get so lucky to schedule all these NFC South teams?
Must be the whole division.
turn.
Yeah, that's why we're playing the Colts.
Yeah, we got Colts, Texans, and
it's
Titans.
rotation.
Green
Good
Bay,
division for us to
Jacksonville,
have.
Tampa to end
No
it.
joke.
So second half is definitely a
rookie
lot easier
QBs.
for them than the first 6. So
There's really only a few games stretched there that it's even.
if you can get through that
schedule.
first 6 at 2-4, you feel pretty good.
So what are they? 7.5?
7. I see why Atlanta is better because of the schedule. Atlanta's schedule is so much easier.
It is.
So-
Which Carolina, I think, they finished in technically second place last year. I think the last 3 teams all had the same record.
Well, that and you don't have a rookie quarterback either. I mean, Ritter
Yeah.
did get some experience last year at least.
I don't know that the rookie quarterback ain't better than Ritter, though.
Oh, it.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Atlanta and Carolina probably split. I could see that.
I think they're almost the same team. Honestly, they feel a lot alike.
Yeah, they do.
They feel a lot alike.
What is the over under on?
7.5.
Okay.
I could see this being over.
I could see over.
I could see both teams winning about 8 games.
Yeah.
They both won 7 last year. They both definitely got better, but obviously the Saints got better.
Somebody's got to be bad in the division.
I kind of like Carolina better than Atlanta.
You can't have all of them winning 8 to 9 games.
I mean last year, would we have 10, 7, 7, and 7?
Well, I mean that's pretty bad.
I mean the Saints are going to win 17, so
it's true.
If we're being honest, they're going to run a table.
Yeah, last year it was my bad. It was last year. It was 8, 7, 7, and 7. You could look at the NFC East: 14, 12, 9, and 8. AFC North: 12, 10, 9, 7. So AFC East as well: 13, 9, 8, 7. I mean, it's realistic that everybody finishes around that same area again. But you definitely do think one of these teams is going to have that worst year.
Because those divisions we were just rattling off have quarterbacks out on them.
They do.
Our division does not.
That's debatable.
Hey, something about the NFC South, every team has a new quarterback that didn't start last year.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. That's good or bad.
So the pot says over.
I think it's there, man. It's a good line.
I think 7. I think it's 7.
It's like Vegas knows.
It is.
It's almost
Vegas
like
is pretty good at their jobs.
I think all these NFC South teams could be under. I mean, honestly, this is a bad division. I'm going under.
Under?
I don't know. I might take the slide over. I think 8 feels good.
But I do believe
I think it's a toss-up, 7 or 8. Yeah.
I like what they're doing more than Atlanta.
Yeah, I think.
I like what Atlanta's kind of doing.
I think for the next couple of years, they're going to end up being a pretty good team.
Well, look at the quarterbacks.
That's the main reason, which I'm not 100% sold on Bryce Young anyway.
If you flip quarterbacks right now between Carolina and Atlanta, what do you feel? Atlanta might be a division winner.
Atlanta can win 10 games.
Yeah. I don't want 10.
And then for Carolina, you think they don't win 6?
Yeah.
With Ritter and with that core.
Oh, no, they're probably the worst in the division.
Yeah, honestly,
they get Caleb Williams.
Yeah, because think Bryce.
It's the last thing we need. Okay,
Bryce
we need
Young
Arizona to fulfill this prophecy of getting the first pick.
We might end up with Caleb Williams and Bryce Young in the division,
or Drake May.
Yeah. Caleb Williams is going to be a Tampa Bay Buck.
Yeah,
they're going to be bad this year.
You saying you don't believe in Trask?
No, I'm just saying they're going to try.
Move on here
last week.
0% chance.
They're going to trade. They're going to trade all. They got a bunch of names they can trade away. I mean, why wouldn't you?
I'll be shocked if Mike Evans is a Buck at the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the one that feels like he's going to get.
He might be hoisting the
he's going to have to leave.
I hope he retires.
He's going to have to leave there if he's going to keep his 1,000-yard streak alive.
I hope he retires.
Like he's had 1,000 yards up for every year he's played football.
He's up for auction right now in my fantasy league, and he's at I think $18 right now, which is like unheard of for him. You would think in years past.
Take it.
I don't.
Thinking somebody as the quarterback's going to trade for him.
Everybody's scared of it, I guess, because of the quarterback.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, but
that's low, dude.
Clay says take it. Baker's
I got 40
this.
on Debo right now.
Baker,
and I'm about to win him in about 12 hours. So
Baker.
Got to wait till 6 a.m. to find out.
Let's talk about them Bucs. Obviously Baker.
Sean Wolford.
1 year, $8.5 million.
Overpaid.
4 in guarantees.
8.5.
There's a reason he's going from team to team to team.
He took a pay cut to be with a contender, division-winning team, Tampa Bay.
Division.
He said Tom Brady made the call. He said, I need somebody to take over my spot. I'm gone. Baker's like, Tom, I got you. I got you, Tom.
And you get to sleep with Giselle.
Yeah, that's it.
She's on the house.
He's having a throuple with her and his wife.
Yeah, I'm going to say Baker's a happily married man.
Throuple. You ever seen Shameless?
No, I didn't know what you were going with there. I've never
it's a. Has anybody up here seen Shameless?
Yes.
No. You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen every season, but I've seen most of them.
The Russian chick moves in with the married couple next door, Big Mike and the other girl. They have a throuple.
Other additions for Tampa. Chase Edmonds, solid backup running back, who they're going to need with Leonard gone. Did bring back Levante David, 1 year, $7 million deal. Took a pay cut as well just to stay where he's been. Jamel Dean came back, signed 4-year deal. Very good contract for him. That secondary still has a lot of talent.
Yeah, they're just filling holes. They're not trying to win anything.
I mean, they had the most ready roster. I would say.
Yeah, they about to use that to their advantage to get a lot of draft pick capital.
I mean, all right, looking at their losses, obviously Tom Brady lost both Giovanni Bernard and Leonard Fournette.
Blaine Gabbert now, easy.
Yeah. Julio Jones, who I forgot was there last year. Scotty Miller,
did too.
Cameron Brate, who's been there forever. Kyle Rudolph. I swear they just signed so many random people. Just said, hey, we have Tom. Come on.
It's a white tight ends. Come on.
Yeah, that is. That's very, very true.
White boys welcome.
Traded Shaq Mason. Lost Akeem Hicks, who hasn't been signed. So, Sean Murphy-Bunting's a pretty big loss. Very good corner for them. Logan Ryan's not signed anywhere. That's weird. Keanu Neal, Mike Edwards.
Logan Ryan's not getting any younger, though.
That's true. I
mean, he feels like one of those teams that he's just waiting for an injury so he
I
can
didn't know
come
he was
in.
still around.
Nah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I totally forgot.
They draft-wise, they brought in Aaron Donald 2.0, Kalijah Cansey from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He's an athletic freak, and a lot of people talked about him. They got the offensive guard that doesn't have middle teeth. I believe that's
South Dakota
big
State.
Nasty.
North Dakota or South
North
Dakota.
Dakota
Yeah, I think it's North Dakota.
It's one of them. He ain't never been outside the.
There he is, baby. Yes, sir.
Didn't
North
he
Dakota
come in?
State.
Did he come in as a tight end?
He looks.
Yeah.
Yes, he gained like 80 pounds or something like that one year.
He looks
He lost
just
his
like
teeth at a bar or something.
he looks just like Jensen, their center.
He does.
I mean,
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, he's going to dominate our front four. You hear me? They're gonna pound it down our
Peyton
throat behind that
Turner's
man
got
right there.
this, son. Don't
Screw
worry
Peyton
about it.
Turner.
Yeah, Peyton Turner's not doing
I'm
it.
scared of Cody Mock.
Heck yeah. I mean, he looks incredible. Trey Palmer brought him in. Had a great year at Nebraska.
Sounds like a white kid.
Trey Palmer.
Trey Palmer.
Kentwood, baby.
Pride of Kentwood
Kentwood.
underneath the water tank.
LSU,
yeah.
Kyle, come on.
For a cup of coffee.
Oh wow, they got all A's on their draft
Actually, a
day
lot of
grades.
coffee. He felt like he was there forever.
But didn't it turn out to be like a year, and like 2 years maybe?
No, he was there 4.
He was there for 4 years.
He was there till he left
played
for-
Nebraska for his COVID year for his 5th.
I didn't know he was there that long.
Yeah.
He just never played.
He just never played. He played special teams a little, and that was it.
I always thought everything I'd heard on him coming out of Kentwood, he should have been a DB.
Yeah.
Everybody on Sportsline, on the
He
forum
has the
boards, everybody said
body
he was
of
such
a-
a good DB.
He has the body of a DB. Long, lanky. I mean,
Everybody they raved about him as a DB.
Speaking of LSU
Never even tried
receivers, down in the depth chart, Rakeem Jarrett.
ooh,
How about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, the runner.
Looking at their offense, though, Rashad White, Chase Edmonds, Keyshawn Vaughn at the running back room. No big names, but all serviceable guys. Wide receiver Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage, another LSU guy. Trey Palmer, though, he'll actually get some playing time. He
Yeah.
can be that Scotty Miller replacement, which
He's-
is just your deep threat.
He's probably your
Returner.
Yeah,
Let's see if he's listed there. He is not. He's second string.
yeah.
So, yeah, he'll definitely get some run there.
Yeah, we'll see him return the ball too.
The
If he
O-line,
makes the roster.
O-line is still great. Tristan Wirfs is great. Ryan Jensen's still there. We just mentioned Cody Malk.
Cody Malk's going to be an all-pro.
Absolutely.
Well, last year they passed the ball more than any team in the NFL, and I don't see that happening this year.
Baker, baby.
They're going to run the ball a lot more.
Let Baker
baby.
cook.
Amen. Kalijah Cansey,
Just
Vita
remember-
Vea.
Todd Bowles.
That's true. That's true.
This will be his final
Just
year.
remember, yeah,
This will be his
Todd-
final year, too.
Todd Bowles.
Still have Devin White. I guess he's happy now.
We just got to hope he don't get Ben Johnson down there.
How much did they pay?
need
How
that.
much
With
is he
Caleb
making?
Williams.
Have they paid Devin White? I don't think they did.
Both.
Uh-huh.
I think that's why he's mad.
No, they did not.
He's
pay him.
showing up, though.
Yeah,
he
he's
ain't
showing
holding
up.
out.
He ain't holding out.
Didn't their defense underachieve last year, though?
Yeah.
I mean, after as good as
Think
they
they were
played in
all-
the Super Bowl,
They never
think
stay
they were
healthy.
old.
and
They
they
were
and they
old.
never stay healthy.
I mean, that year they won
Their-
the Super Bowl. They
what
looked
hurt
so
them last
good.
year was their D line. That they didn't have a lot of good presence up front in the D line.
I mean, look at some of the names they lost. Was Carl Nassau, William Golston, Akeem Hicks. Those are all just veteran guys they tried to bring in.
How's come Keem Hicks? I know he's getting up there, but how's
Yeah.
he not picked up?
I don't know.
The Saints will take him right now.
Yeah.
Same reason like Leonard Fournette ain't picked up by somebody.
Yeah, I guess people.
You mean to tell me he can't still play right now?
Somebody will get him before the playoffs.
I think he'll get picked up pretty soon.
Well, I think it's like let's go for a week's training camp. I'm like, oh crap, we need
we need a vet.
Yeah, we need a vet at the position.
Yeah.
I think that's and these players are like, I'll be more valuable during training camp than I am.
Yeah, they don't need training camp.
Well, I mean,
they get ball, they run ball.
No, they'll get their money once the teams are like, oh crap.
Exactly. They have
a better
this ain't mini
situation.
camp no more.
Yeah.
Well, he come into Tampa Bay halfway through the season and had one of his best years.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they picked him up and then went on a Super Bowl run.
The Jags just cut him.
I remember that. I totally forgot.
Shaquille Barrett, though, he's back. Joe Tyron, who's from Washington, I believe. Solid linebacking core. Secondary, Jamel Dean, Ryan Neal, Anton Whitfield, Carlton Davis. Very good secondary. Don't have as much depth as years past, but still got some talent there. Deron Lowe. That's UTEP, I believe. I think he's a rookie. Oh, nope. Liberty. Maybe he transferred. I don't know. I know that name. Got Rodrigo Blankenship down there for some kicking, trying out. Looking at the schedule for Tampa. Nope, wrong button.
What was there, over and under 6.5, Josh?
Yep,
I think so.
6.5.
Open up at Minnesota, then Chicago, Philadelphia on a Monday night. That's interesting.
And
then at New Orleans, early bye week 5. I think that's as early as we can go now, right?
Yes.
They took away the 4s.
That's correct.
Then you go versus Detroit, versus Atlanta, at Buffalo on Thursday night, baby. Oh, Baker versus Josh. Let's go.
LOL.
And that's trade deadline. That's trade deadline week too.
Oh yeah, that's when Tampa's like shipping them all out.
Baker to Trey Palmer.
Good Lord, they might not win 4 games this year.
Caleb Williams, come on.
Golly.
Hey, we have to stop talking about that. Okay, we're gonna speak it to existence. We don't need that to happen.
No, we don't.
We don't need it to happen.
After Buffalo, they go to Houston. Then they play Tennessee, San Francisco, Indianapolis, Carolina, Atlanta, Green Bay, Jacksonville, New Orleans, Carolina.
If Caleb Williams comes to Tampa Bay, I might become a full-time Buffalo Bills fan.
I think they're getting Drake May now that I think about it because they're not going to be bad enough to be number 1
It's
pick.
whoever is going to have to be 3 because I think the Cardinals are going to have 1 and 2.
They're going to trade that. No,
They
trade the 2,
they're
right?
Gonna have
No, they're
really
going to take
good
Marvin
pick,
Harrison.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They need a wide receiver. I mean, they're
What
about
do they
to
do with
change
1?
their franchise. Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams 1, Marvin Harrison.
That's a lot of money in a quarterback room.
They're definitely going to take a quarterback.
That's a heck of a lot of money in a quarterback
Kyler
room.
Murray might be with the Bucs
They can
next
have
year.
one. They can have 1 and 2 next year.
I mean, it's not like they've never done it before. Ask Josh Rosen how he feels.
You know, he was 10th overall. I mean, looking at the schedule, weeks 9 through 18, besides San Francisco and I guess Jacksonville, the other ones are pretty much winnable games. Tennessee, Houston, Indianapolis, Carolina, Atlanta, Green Bay, New Orleans, Carolina, all those games you can win.
By then, they're not going to be trying to win.
But do you get to that trade deadline and say we're 2 and
throwing in the
we're
towel?
2 and
That's
4,
what I'm saying.
we're 3 and 4. We have an easy
Let's
schedule.
go get our quarterback.
They're probably going to be 1 and go back up.
They're losing to Minnesota.
Chicago going to be easy.
They're probably 1 and 3 after the first 4.
Yeah, I would say.
They'll
that's
either
safe.
beat
That's a
us
safe
or
bet.
Chicago.
That's a safe bet.
I think Chicago beats them.
It's a safe
They
bet.
might, but
Fields,
they can beat Minnesota. They can beat New Orleans.
They're 1
I think Fields steps it up this year.
They're 1 and 3.
I really
They
do.
get
And they
a
got
bye.
a
They
lot of
get
players.
Detroit, so they're
Good
probably
players.
1
He's
and
got some freaking
4.
weapons.
You're looking at
now.
2 and 4 going into week 8.
I like Fields, man.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Devin
But
White,
you're
they're all on the trade block.
You're 2 and 4, but you have a favorable schedule the rest of the way besides Buffalo.
They don't want those favorable schedules. They want to
They
tank.
they looking for a way to get rid of Todd Bowles
Because this is it. That's exactly right. Because Todd Bowles,
Start fresh.
he ain't a rebuild.
he's not
coach.
no.
He don't want to be a part of that.
This is like just a. Here's the signs. We're open. You come ask anybody. We will trade anybody wherever you.
If
want.
you're a Bucs fan, that's what you want.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you
got your Super Bowl.
You got your Super Bowl. It's
They
time.
haven't had to be
Time
able
to
to
burn
They
build.
it
need
down.
to do what the Saints should have done 4 years ago.
They haven't built around a young quarterback.
Wake up,
Win.
smell the coffee. It's time to tear it down.
When's the
It's
last time they built around
But
a young quarterback?
Josh
Even
Freeman.
Here's a question though: if Tom
Josh Freeman, wow.
Tom Brady is still there with that schedule, I mean, they win in a division.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not even a discussion.
They could be qualifying for winning the NFC. I mean, number 1 seed. I mean, if you get past that, if Brady's on that schedule of those first 5 games and you go 3-2, after that, I mean, they're looking real good.
There's 3 games that you probably don't win with Tom Brady, but you win probably the rest of them.
Yeah.
So what's that line? 6.5.
6.5.
I take the under.
I'll say they at least win 7 games. Godwin and Evans are both Bucs at the end of the year.
And how many weeks until
I'm putting that on the fridge?
How many weeks till Trask takes over as quarterback?
Both Evans and
Evans, Godwin, 7+ wins.
I mean, I don't fully not believe in Baker like y'all do. I like Baker still.
I don't completely not believe.
I think he would have helped the Saints last year.
I think Baker's a phenomenal 1B quarterback. Like he's a backup somewhere on a good contending team.
They have winnable games at the back end of that schedule.
They're not going to want to win them.
I know they're not going to want to, but they have winnable
He
ones.
wouldn't keep getting
I
cut
think that's
if
why
he
they
was
kept
good.
Bowles.
No,
I think they
cut
knew.
really.
I think they knew Bowles wasn't going to win them enough games this year. I think that's why they kept him. Like we need Drake May or we need Josh or Caleb Williams. Like that is our goal. We got our Super Bowl. Who cares if we're bad?
I mean, they just got so much money invested to feel like they just throw in the towel that quickly.
Yeah, but they're going to get so much back for these players we're talking about, though.
Are they though?
Who are they? Who do you
they
think
ain't get
they
nothing
trade?
back from Evans? They'll get a 3rd or 4th maybe.
With the way that you pay that wide receivers go for nowadays.
I mean,
when's the last wide receiver that
they
brought
just
back a
they
haul?
just paid Godwin last
Hopkins
year.
when he went to Arizona. That was stupidity.
Evans the kind of wide
No,
receiver
listen.
that can win you a Super Bowl.
You stock up on
He's
those.
at the back end of his career though. They ain't
one
getting
year, 1 year.
They're not getting a 1st round pick from Mike Evans.
You stock up on them 2nd and 3rd round picks, then you make moves up.
I don't think you get a 2nd or 3rd for him.
You might get a 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody trying to win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs right now would be like, yeah, we'll just trade
no
you.
doubt.
We'll trade you the last pick in the 2nd
You
round.
give him to the Kansas City,
What
that's
did the
another
Chiefs?
Super Bowl.
What did the Chiefs give up for Juju, or was that?
No, he was
that
a free
agent.
Yeah, free agent.
When's the last? What's the last
Who did
wide
they,
receiver trade?
what did they trade for the?
Tyreek Hill got traded for a ton.
Yeah,
But that was
ton.
Tyreek Hill.
What did
though.
they trade for the guy from the Giants? Kansas City.
Tony,
Yeah.
probably like a 3rd or 4th.
I mean,
maybe.
if he got that, Evans ain't worth that.
But it's also, that was also young rookie
But he was
contract.
hurt all the time.
I mean, my gosh, he ain't proved nothing until
He had
then.
one good game.
Like, I mean,
3rd round and something.
because when you're in the back end of a 2nd round, that's a
100
third
and
round pick.
209.
Yeah.
Although I do think that Tony pick that Kansas City got him is going to be this year.
Yeah, and I
He's-
think
he's
Tony's
gonna
going to
be
be
a
good.
Oh, is a future?
He's going to be a stud this
Oh
year.
yeah.
This is the last year for Mike Evans' contract. Godwin, I'm almost certain re-signed last year.
Godwin signed that 4-year deal last year.
Yeah, so
Godwin probably ain't getting traded.
No.
No.
He
I
ain't
don't
getting
think they'll
traded.
trade him.
If someone does, it's Mike Evans. I don't see that.
Well,
you get a 2nd and 3rd round, okay? Devin White's on a contract controversy. You tell me he's not worth a 2nd or 3rd round pick?
I mean, you could see him at the same situation as Roquan last year.
Yes.
I feel like you get more for White than you do Evans.
Well, because Evans is your.
And he's older. Evans
Didn't
is
you
older.
read somewhere
He's
like the NFL doesn't really value Devin White?
Oh, then he's very undervalued.
They don't think he's good.
Yeah, but you put him on a contending team. But give him a Kansas City would take him right now.
The team he's been on his whole career.
Well,
Yeah.
when they won a Super Bowl, he was the best player on the field.
He was the best.
And people still didn't think he was.
He had a lot of tackles. He
doesn't
statistics
grade
and stuff
well.
like that.
No, he
Yeah.
doesn't grade up. Give me the tackles.
Levante David's the better linebacker.
I sat there and watched Saints not be able to tackle by somebody for 10 years at linebacker position until DeMario
Yeah, but
Davis
that's also
comes.
us. It's not a GM.
I
that's
mean, yeah.
building a team. They don't think that.
What did Roquan go for? Like 2 firsts or something?
Roquan was something stupid.
Like it ain't.
Stupid.
Devin White might get a first.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay,
I know
second.
Roquan went for a 2nd and a 5th. My bad.
Oh, never mind.
Nah.
He ain't getting no first.
give me a 2nd.
Because you gotta pay him a contract as well.
Tampa wanting these picks because if they don't tank bad enough, they can trade up to an Arizona.
I don't think this
to get
Tampa
it.
roster is that bad to start tanking. They got way too much.
But
and
they
it's,
have
it's
no-
not.
That's
it's
what
not
I
the
was
old-
saying. They
it's
have
not
too
the-
much invested.
They don't
it
have the
feels
old
like.
guys anymore. Their old guys, Mike Evans at 29.
But they don't have a future at
Why?
quarterback.
But mean, it's just get a quarterback to come in and.
This is the thing. This is what Tampa's been thinking for years.
They're just plugging and playing.
Yeah, they've been doing this for years. Like it's time.
They just missed out on the market. Kyler Murray.
I mean, like
Kyler Murray this offseason.
He's going somewhere.
He ain't going to be in Arizona.
Go
like this has been Tampa.
Because Colt McCoy ain't going to get them out the first pick.
They assisted Brad Johnson, who they didn't draft either.
Jameis Winston.
I mean,
Jameis.
Yeah, since Jameis, they have never been able to.
They got rid of Jameis to bring in Tom Brady.
And but they feel like they've always.
Otherwise, Jameis would probably still.
We're not bad. We're just going to keep going. We're going to keep going, and it's like, no, we're not there.
They got a championship.
That's what I'm saying, and they got it, and they should be happy about that.
Yeah,
but it's time.
But they feel like they can still do it because it's the same roster.
Yeah, and it's.
I mean, we have lived
and
through.
We're
this.
living through it.
We have lived through it
exactly,
and that's what makes me feel like they're not going to tear it down. Because did the Saints tear it down?
The Saints didn't tear it down because of
we kept holding on to Drew Brees.
Well, yes, but you got your same GM. They've had some different changes in their front office. I mean, what's his name? Where did he go in the office? That coach that was just there.
Arians
is up there now. Yeah. Like I mean, they've had movement in the office.
And this is the team he helped build.
Yes,
he ain't gonna think to just cut it down.
Is Arians even still? I wonder if he's still how much role he's got now. He was the reason Brady was there.
Well, the Saints felt like they could win a division and still make the playoffs. So why you want to tear that down?
Yeah, Tampa's just like I feel like they've never.
Tampa does not have a shot at winning the division. I don't think
their roster isn't that bad.
Todd Bowles, and I mean it's
compared to everybody.
But yet again, it's Dennis Allen.
I think they have the second best roster in the NFC South.
Well, their defense
is good.
It's pretty good.
They have the best defense,
and then you have two All-Pro caliber receivers, a good O-line, and 3 serviceable running backs.
Do you have a good O-line though?
Yeah, Wirfs is good. Jensen's good.
Jensen ain't gonna stay healthy.
So if the Bucs don't win 10 games this year,
10? That's a lot.
Who has said 10?
Wait. If
who
they
said 10?
Hold on now.
10's a lot.
They're over under 6.5.
Hear me out. Hear me out. If they're that good and they don't win 10 games this year, then Baker is not that good. Is that what you're saying, Clay?
Well, I mean,
I said they're going over that 7.
So how many you giving them?
Yeah, it's on the fridge. I got 7 plus. Evans and Godwin are still Bucs.
Are you giving them 8 or 7? So you're giving them 7.
7 plus.
Okay.
The line is 6.5.
And we still have to remember
it's
super rare for people to get traded in midseason.
I think it's
super rare. So you got to factor that in too.
I think they'll tank.
They kept Todd Bowles. They're trying.
Then they need to go ahead and do it. Then they need to go ahead and start training people now, so they can learn playbooks.
The only reason I'm going,
and we know who the contenders are going to be.
The only reason I'm going under is because I think they'll tank.
Well, somebody in the division has to be
with
the
Todd
one
Bowles.
that
They might not be doing it on purpose. It might be trying, and they're still losing with Bowles at coach.
Somebody's got to be the worst team in the division.
Yeah. Somebody has to be.
That's got to be them.
I'll take that over. I will.
Yeah, but where are they in the division?
I think
them and Atlanta fighting it out for 3rd and 4th.
That's what.
I think they finish 3rd, and I think Atlanta or Carolina finishes last. One of them.
7 wins though.
Well, they can't finish third, so they. Well, no,
I think a hot take is them winning a division.
No, that's not happening.
Yeah,
but y'all are acting like they're going to sell everything and be the worst team in the South almost.
They can't be 3rd, but. They can't be 3rd, then you say either Atlanta or Carolina's going to be last. So you tell me one of those teams going to be 2nd?
Yeah.
Or 1st?
I think Tampa fights for 2nd and 3rd with Atlanta or Carolina.
You said 3rd just a minute. You said Tampa's going to be 3rd, and then either Carolina or Atlanta's going to be last. So one of those teams is going to be they're going.
Yeah, one of them's going to get 2nd, one of them's going to get last probably, and I think Tampa's right in that middle. I think it's a lot more likely for Carolina or Atlanta to just suck like they have for the past 5+ years than Tampa to just straight up suck. It's going to take Tampa selling it off, and I don't see that happening.
They sucked with Tom Brady last year.
They still won 8 games.
Because of the shitty division.
I don't know. They got younger guys. They got younger guys. I think they're going to be better. I think they're going to be better with the younger guys instead of the Tom Brady.
Also a Brady who decided to come back after retirement.
Yeah, it was a Tom Brady charity team. Like it's like anybody that's 35 plus.
Would you rather have that Tom Brady or Baker Mayfield?
But like you've also said, they had a lot of injuries on defense. I mean, it's all about health.
Tom Brady
NFL.
was not bad last year either. By the way, he wasn't bad.
No, he lit it up.
Look at his stats.
Yeah,
they led the league.
He threw for a lot of yards.
They led the league in passing.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad. Like everybody wanted to drown him out. Like he was.
Over under 1.5 trades by the Bucs.
1.5
mid-season. Over under 1.5.
We talking about when we mean trades.
After week 1, over
like
under.
of legit guys or just period.
That's what I'm saying.
People don't. Period. People don't get traded in the NFL.
Are we talking about in one trade, multiple people in one trade?
You won't see that.
He said period.
You won't see that.
Well, I mean, a draft pick and a person.
Well, that's not a player. I'm talking about like
trade.
Number of trades.
Do they move more than?
Do they
piece?
make more than one deal?
Well, they might cut some.
Well, that's not a trade.
I
People
know,
get
but-
cut all the time.
But that's tanking.
But I mean, they're not going to cut. They ain't going to cut some of these.
They're
dudes
just going to
in
go and
the
cut Levante David?
No.
Mike Evans?
If David might be like, look, I want to let me have one more ride, because those are the type of guys that usually get cut.
Or he's
that
like
have been loyal to your.
Or he's like, we got 4 wins in the NFC and we're about to be a wild card team, and with the team that I've been on my entire career. Let me just stay here.
He has a family. He don't want to move his family and all that crap.
He's been there his whole career, and 8 wins might get you a wild card spot in the NFC.
I think it's just reckless to say they're just going to trade people left and right when you don't.
I'm just saying they have the pieces to do it that a contender won't.
I think they got rid of.
Definitely have the pieces,
I think
for
last year, if it was last year's roster, I'd agree. But all those guys, you saw so many of those guys not come back.
Yeah, but last year those guys.
I mean, look,
those are the type of guys the contenders wouldn't have wanted.
These guys, Julio Jones,
they wouldn't want that.
But that's a kind of guy that would be moved. Bernard Perriman, Kyle Rudolph, Cameron Brate, Shaq Mason, who did get traded, Carl Nassib, William Golston, Akeem Hicks, Keanu Neal, Logan Ryan, Mike Edwards. Those are kind of guys that are veteran, older players. They don't have as many of them anymore.
No,
they lost all that old people that are
they
coming.
Lost the fluff.
They lost the ring
Brady.
chasers.
Yeah,
the people that came because Tom Brady said, "I'm Tom Brady. Come play with me, win a ring."
Yes.
They're not here anymore. The guys that are is Levante David, Mike Evans. If besides them, I don't see anybody getting traded.
I mean, if Jensen could stay healthy, there'd be. I mean, you'd always want a good offensive lineman, but I mean, you don't get a center very often in the middle of the season.
Yeah, and that's something that's very hard to trade.
Yeah, I mean,
and learn a whole new system and everything there.
Same thing with a linebacker.
Yeah, I just Devin White would get traded beforehand, but I haven't heard anything about him in 3 months since the draft, really.
Well, he hadn't. He's not. I don't think he's going to be the rah that's going to like bark and say.
He was though. He was all over Twitter talking about it.
Yeah, but I mean, you see where he's at. He's at practice. I mean, he showed
exactly.
up. I mean,
so he'll probably just play out the year,
unless they trade him.
We'll see. We'll see. I'll take that over though pretty easily I don't think they're finishing last in the division. I just don't. The only way that happens is if they just straight up tank, and I don't think that's happening. I think it's a lot more likely that Carolina or Atlanta just becomes what they are and sucks.
I mean, that's what Tampa's always is. You take Brady out of the
last
couple years.
I mean, the past couple of years
sucked.
they've been all right. And they have these guys that have won
because they had the GOAT. Like I mean, they've been the same train as Carolina and Atlanta's been.
All these guys, but they have that winning experience now. You have veterans.
Yeah, but you still got to have a quarterback.
You got Baker.
I mean, look at Chicago all the year. They had defenses for years and couldn't do nothing. I mean,
you got Baker.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Kyle Trask.
You got Baker.
Who is their OC, by the way? Is Leftwich still there?
Leftwich is gone. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I thought he stayed.
Did he?
Or else we would have heard he got a job.
I would think.
I thought he just straight up got fired.
Did he?
Oh, he did get fired.
Did he get fired?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Because I want to say
David Canales.
There you go.
Is he from the Ravens, maybe?
Well, if he's from the Ravens, they're going to pound it.
QB coach for Geno Smith. I mean,
Geno
Geno was
great.
great.
Laugh at that.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't laugh at that.
I thought it was a Jets guy that Bowles.
Why would they put
him.
that on the resume?
I thought did he come with Bowles from the Jets?
No, he's been in Seattle the past 13 years. He moved
He's
down.
Probably highly touted too. Like people wanted him probably.
Never heard of him.
Larry Foote.
Most people haven't heard of Ben Johnson.
Straight up.
He's going to win a Super Bowl one day.
Got to have some females on the roster now.
Are they the ones that have the one with the shaved head?
Dude, how old is Tom Moore?
Or is that the 49ers?
How old is Tom Moore right there?
he's just assistant
Holy
coach.
cow!
43rd season.
43rd season.
He's going for the record.
You don't reckon he's cussed a few people out?
Holy crap!
He looks like he's pissed off at the world.
Wow.
He played. He's an All-American quarterback in 1957.
57. Clay said that don't count.
Yeah, that don't count.
Y.A. Tittle.
Spent 13 years with Peyton Manning.
That's before they had helmets.
Yeah, the Leatherheads. Crap.
Holy cow.
His first year there was when Jameis threw for 5,000.
He's a good luck charm then.
What do you coach? I'm just an assistant coach.
Yeah, he's assistant coach.
He just wants to wear a lanyard to get in the gate to come to practice.
Thaddeus Lewis.
Never heard of him.
From Duke, right?
Never heard of him.
Didn't he play quarterback at Duke?
I don't follow Duke football.
Yeah.
Duke doesn't either.
No, they just have a team to get money.
Yeah.
And it ain't a lot.
All right. Let's
Harold
move on.
Godwin was
Imagine
that? Is that
30 minutes on the Buccaneers.
We spent more time on that than the other two.
Combined.
Because you know why? Because
Baker Mayfield.
Baker.
Pretty sure we did that for the Panthers last year.
That and there's actually some guys on their roster that we know.
Yeah, that helped.
That is true. That is true. All right, so our time.
What are we
Drum
watching?
roll,
The Saints, baby.
That is called a fling golf.
Okay. That's for people that can't drive.
So the Saints, biggest move, obviously. Derek Carr, 4 years, $150 million. Feels like a year ago this happened.
It does, doesn't it? It really does.
Also, you did bring back Jameis Winston to be the backup.
Our favorite right here.
Solid
Yeah,
back.
Jamal Williams from our Detroit Lions, 3 years, $12 million.
Love that.
Yes.
Scored a lot of touchdowns last
Touchdown
year.
machine.
He's going to score a lot of touchdowns in the first 6 weeks this upcoming season.
A lot of touches.
Michael Thomas
All the touches.
restructured his deal.
They love this rookie they got.
People are saying he is like showing out.
He's on like the PUP already.
Well,
really?
it's still from his knee injury from the semifinal game.
Michael
people
Thomas,
really like him.
1 year, $10 million. Jawan Johnson, 2 years, $12 million. He played pretty well last year.
Yeah.
Foster Moreau.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Foster Moreau beat cancer and signed 3 years, $12 million.
That's a great story.
We must have the best tight end group in the NFL. Just about.
Shout out.
Besides Kansas City.
Jawan and Foster.
Other than Kelsey, who does Kansas have?
You know, we saved Foster
Their
Moreau's
other guys,
life.
not bad.
We saved Foster Moreau's life.
He would have never
gave him
known.
in.
The other guy for Kansas City, I bet to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I remember
Fenton.
that.
Blake Bell ain't
He
still
looks
there.
just like Kelsey.
Blake Bell's not there anymore.
I think
Former quarterback.
I don't think
I
he
don't know.
is.
The guy, the backup looks almost just like Kelsey. You don't even hardly realize Kelsey's
I
not
bet
there.
on the third string to score a touchdown. He did not. Storm Norton, I don't know who you are. We got Passanwan, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. 2 years, $6 million.
Looks good.
Malcolm.
He looks good to come off the bus. He's that type. Of
Yes.
Marcus Davenport.
Yeah.
Malcolm Roach, Kalen Saunders.
Thank God we got Roach back.
Yeah. Saunders has been bouncing around for a little bit. He was a Chief and then maybe like a Cowboy or something like that. Nathan Shepard, 3 for 15. Lonnie Johnson Jr., Kentucky. Jonathan Abram, he's not good. JT Gray, 3 year, 9.6 to play special teams. And then Gillikin's back. Looking at our losses.
He better be back.
Yeah.
Crap.
Looking at our losses, Andy Dalton, we talked about him. Mark Ingram, David Johnson was on the team.
It's now on TV.
I can't believe they even listed him.
Yeah.
Did he ever play for us?
Who's that?
David Johnson.
Did he suit up?
Yeah, he suited
I didn't
up.
know if he's just
I
a
did.
At the
franchise.
end of the year, they picked him up. They signed him. Yeah.
I'd already quit
Did he
watching
touch
him.
the field?
Yeah, he played. He touched the field.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Marquez
He
Callaway.
probably doesn't either.
That sucks. Losing him. And Deontay Hardy. I forgot about that. Both of those are pretty
Well,
Deontay
bigger
Hardy.
losses than
what?
Hardy feels like a
most
Bill,
teams.
doesn't he?
Well, what's
Oh,
his? Rashid kind of took over Hardy's role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind
To
of
an
lost his
extent,
spot.
yeah. After Hardy changed his name, man, he just went downhill
Dude,
for
never
us.
stay healthy.
They did.
Where's Jarvis at now?
Home.
Retired?
He's waiting on that training camp sign.
He's waiting on an Achilles.
He's also just not
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah, he's a little bit washed.
Adam
but
Troutman.
He'll be on a
traded
roll.
to Sean
Back
Payton.
to Miami?
He might.
He can't keep up with the boys down there no more.
They need somebody slow down there.
Yeah.
Bye, Marcus.
Marcus Davenport's gone finally.
Wash our hands.
We don't know he's going to have like 10 sacks.
You about to say, watch Minnesota. He's going to go off.
We'll play him, won't we?
Right? Him and Donnell.
Yeah, because Donnell's going to get all the attention. He's going to be running around one-on-ones.
Which you would think he'd have gotten in New Orleans.
You would have thought.
Week 10 at Minnesota.
Betting the over on his sacks for that game.
Onyemata, Shot Tuttle, talked about both of them, as well as Caden Ellis. PJ Williams is not signed anywhere. Justin
He'll be back with us, I'm sure.
Don't you worry, PJ's re-signed. I can promise you that.
He'll find his way home.
Every year he's never signed by this time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every
He'll
year.
find his way home.
Looking at the draft, I totally forgot who our first round pick. I forgot who our first and second round picks were until today.
Really?
I did. I forgot they both existed. All I've heard about is Kendre Miller, but we got Brian Brzee and Isaiah Foskey. Those happened. Jake Hayner's probably my favorite pick of the freaking draft, and we'll never see him play.
I think A.T. Perry.
A.T. Perry will be all right.
He's already kind of on the
injured
list.
Don't know why we picked a quarterback. We just spent all this money.
Makes no sense.
I mean, why not get a defensive player?
You don't have a third string quarterback.
We got Taysom Hill.
You can go find. We got Taysom Hill. You can go find somebody.
To me, it's a wasted pick.
Honestly, when you have Taysom, I don't want a third active.
You really don't need one. Well, they made a new rule about that.
That is true.
Yeah,
they made the rule.
That's right.
I mean, get an offensive
which should have already been a rule, but they made it.
Defensive player, you could get anything, and you wasted it on a quarterback.
Knowing we're going to be thin at wide receiver, you could have got a wide receiver. Is that fourth round?
We
or
spent
fifth round?
127, probably fourth.
On our quarterback,
Sure
he's not
fourth.
going to get off the field. So
No,
this guy's not.
And he's going to be there for 4 years for sure.
And if Carr does get off the
this
field,
kid will be gone
this
after
kid's
3
not
years.
touching.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a wasted pick to me.
Yeah, the year we finally take a kind of respected quarterback prospect.
Oh, it's my favorite pick of the draft, but we'll never see the kid play.
And people
I think he's going to be good.
People liked him coming into the draft.
Yeah.
We take a quarterback finally, and it's in a year we don't even need it.
I mean, he probably would have been there in 6th round
I think that's a terrible pick for us.
if you'd have waited.
Yeah, he might have been.
Wasn't very impressed with the draft this year.
That's every year.
When's the last
every
good
year
draft
since
we had?
2017.
We've been holding on to Kamar and Ramczyk and Lattimore and all them.
Sometimes the Saints. Yeah, I know GMs and coaches have to have their own board, but sometimes I just don't. I don't believe in our board.
I mean, they never do what Mel Kiper says.
Yeah, well, not that Kiper's the guy, but like when you look at the consensus across the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's never aligned with ours.
No. And ours has always got some prototype.
That was just a depressing statement.
Yeah.
I just don't like the board.
I don't like our board. I think it's trash.
Did we pass up on Nolan Smith?
Let me take this prospect.
I was every draft pick. I was like, oh, we're gonna get him. Oh, we're gonna get him.
Like everybody knew Nolan Smith is going to be a stud.
Oh, we're gonna get him.
But we passed up on him.
But yay, we get the white
the guy who had
with
a
a cool
sister who had
story.
cancer and died. Like, yeah, it's a cool story, Maury, but it doesn't
And
matter.
the one that people got lower and lower on as the draft went. People just didn't think he was going to be good. But guess what?
But guys, I mean, like I will say though, I sat there.
We're drafting for need in the first round.
I sat there when they drafted Pete Warner. I'm like, a white linebacker at Ohio State, really? I mean, I never thought he was going to be what he is. You know, like I mean,
honestly, like if they keep,
he was aligned with Mel Kiper and him at least.
If they keep the Ohio State strategy,
I mean,
that's worked out.
We're going to and I hope we do. We might not. We're going to sit there and one of these draft picks and we're like, holy crap, this kid
I
can
hope
go.
so. I
Like,
hope
this
so.
kid can play.
Yeah, I hope so.
But I mean, because every year when you draft,
We
you're
draft-
hoping 2 is going to hit.
Yeah.
I mean, if 2 hits, you did a good draft.
But we're always drafting the least sexy people every single
and-
year.
Because we
the
draft,
thing
we
is-
draft for need instead of talent.
Well, you can do, and that's
and we're
fine.
not a good enough team to draft for need.
Yeah, well, you can do that, and that's fine. But just realize that, like, you don't have to go get Peyton Turner at the end of the first round.
Marcus Davenport.
You could have got Peyton
when there's
Turner
an MVP on the board.
You could have got Peyton Turner towards the 4th round, the end of the 3rd, maybe
we
the
gave
4th.
up 2 first-round picks for Marcus Davenport.
There's no point in that. Yes, I get that that's your board, but play the field to, know
Listen
the
to
field
other
too.
people.
Yeah,
If we're gonna do that, if we're gonna go so hard by our board, trade down. But instead, we usually trade up.
Have we ever traded down?
I don't think so.
Not that I recall.
No,
I don't
we trade the whole team for Olave. We trade 2 picks for Davenport.
Read the room.
It's so stupid.
And then the cat we got in the first round, and I know this is just ESPN's projections, he's not even predicted to start, and the guy ahead of him I've never heard of.
It's the two guys we just signed, Shepard
Who
and
is
Saunders.
Nathan Shepard?
I didn't know who he was when we signed him.
He came from.
We gave him like $15 million.
God, I can't remember where he came from.
The Jets.
Jets, yeah.
How big is he?
6'4", 315.
He ain't
Fort
big
Hays State, baby. 29
ain't
years
big
old.
enough.
29 years old.
Fort Hays State.
He had 4 stuffs last year.
Great.
1.5 sacks, which mean it's not something you look at for your.
He's no Aaron
D
Donald.
I was about to say, I mean, if your D tackle's doing his job, you're not going to really know what his name is.
No,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah.
And that's what about us drafting a D tackle in the first round kind of blows my mind, because you can find those guys
David Onyemata
later in the draft. You can find a D tackle.
He was high on their board.
He was high on their board. They loved Breesy, and we got
I
him.
don't even see Breesy being a D tackle.
I thought he was a D end.
Like
I thought he was a D end till the draft.
Yeah, that I can't.
Is
when
Carl
I watched
Granderson set in stone over there?
When I watched,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I would think he would.
No, we got Foskey to play, and Peyton Turner's got to find some playtime eventually, because we got to figure out if we're going to pick up his fifth-year option.
Hey, where's Turner on the list?
Second behind Cam.
Oh, there he is.
Jordan.
Okay. He's never been on that side of the line. But anyway,
no, we'll slide in Cam to probably D tackle this year because he's older.
What concerned me about Breesy, and because I watch a lot of college football, and he never
Didn't have a good year.
Well, he never jumped off of TV in me.
I watched Tech play them because I had like a weird cover for Tech that's about to happen. Dude went on the screen when Tech held it close in the first half.
Yeah,
I've watched college D tackles a lot the past 3 years. Given Kelton, yeah, Brizzy didn't do it for me.
Yeah,
he didn't do it for me.
Your first pick's got to be like what you think is a sure thing. And
That's got to hit. Yes.
When's our first pick other than Olave felt like that?
Why didn't we get Nolan Smith?
Oh, I was screaming.
That is a mark it down now.
Yeah.
Future All-Pro pass rush.
Give me Nolan Smith. Like,
Exactly.
Wait, why didn't we get him? Like, that makes no sense, man.
I mean, what could your reasons not to be?
He don't even have character issues, does he? He wasn't the one drag racing.
No.
That guy's dead.
Hey, if Philadelphia drafts him, why can't we? They're better than us.
Yeah.
I feel like the Saints fall in love with these guys.
They do.
And then they're going to do whatever they can to get them.
It's because Mickey Loomis hit 5 years ago. That's all it is.
I would have taken Joey Porter just because you can never have enough corners. I would have taken either of these tight ends, Laporta or Mayer.
I thought we were going to get one.
we were
if we weren't
getting
Smith.
exactly.
Yeah. Everybody's like, "Oh, Derek Washington."
Exactly.
Bijo Jalari's on the board.
He
we
don't
passed
fit our,
on him.
2 picks before him.
He don't fit our scheme though.
Could have took Mingo. We
Wide
need wide
receiver.
receivers.
Yeah. Another tight end
Musgrave,
here.
Yeah.
Brian Branch, safety.
We could have took some O-linemen.
Could have took Cody Malk
I would have been okay with an offensive lineman in the first round this year.
for the first time ever.
Given what
we
our
drafted one
problems
last year.
are.
We drafted offensive lineman last year.
Who we get last year?
Penning.
Oh, yeah, Penning. Yeah, he'll be our starting left tackle.
That's right.
But I mean, I'd have been fine taking one this year to get rid of Pete finally.
Oh God, me too. Promise you.
I've hated that since 2013.
I never liked it. From Stanford when we drafted him.
Drew Sanders.
God.
I'd have liked him. He fell. Every year.
Every year we do something stupid.
But then this time comes and we're like.
We did draft a position of need finally.
Yeah,
we
I
do
just,
need a
I
D
don't-
tackle.
That's the easiest. That's one of the easiest positions, in my opinion, to strike gold with later. Though.
I don't agree with
free agents.
We won
All
7.
you gotta do is just plug a hole. I know that I'm probably diminishing what they're doing. Yeah, like looking at Dalvin Tomlinson, what he got paid from the Giants this offseason.
Dexter Lawrence.
That guy too. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can find a D tackle.
I agree.
Anywhere.
No, I agree.
Onyemata, Malcolm
Pay a
Roach,
little money.
Tub.
Yeah, where'd Onyemata come from?
Yeah, he came
Monmouth
from
or something
Old
like
Dominion.
that?
No, he came from Canada. A place that we never even
Canada.
heard of.
And I don't think we drafted him.
We did.
By
Yeah, we
the-
did. We drafted Onyemata.
Yeah.
By the way,
We
there's,
drafted him.
I didn't know Canadians played football.
Third or fourth round.
Really?
Yeah.
by the way, there's Zach Bond.
He was
at
at
starter.
Technically, he was.
That's comical.
That's strong.
That
side.
could have been Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we had to have changed up our defense to a 3-4. Who gives a crap?
Yeah.
And speaking of, taking like a Joey Porter Jr., we've got
No,
Bradley Roby's one injury from playing. I don't want him out there.
Well, I mean, Taylor's going to be
Adebo had a
Taylor.
phenomenal
Yeah,
year.
Taylor's
going to be your backup.
He is, but
I mean,
still, if Adebo or Lattimore
Who's
goes
our
down,
nickel,
which
Taylor?
Lattimore goes
He's
down
pretty
just about
good,
every
too.
year,
Pretty
it
dang
seems.
good.
Who is Smoke Monday?
A stud.
Auburn.
He's like 6'4".
Yeah,
He's
don't
Cam
sleep
Chancellor
on him.
reincarnated.
He would have
got hurt last year.
He would have played last year if it wasn't for the
Josh,
training
he
camp
like
injury.
broke a. He did a compound
Yes,
fracture, something
yes,
stupid, dude.
yes.
What a name.
He'll kill
when we-
somebody.
when
He's
we
coming,
signed him-
Josh. He's coming.
When we signed him, didn't he like talk trash to the Falcons immediately on
Yes,
Twitter?
he did.
Yeah.
I like Smoke
I like
Monday.
Smoke Monday too.
How big is he?
6'3", 200.
Yeah. He
He's
will
Cam
play this
Chancellor.
year.
With a name like Smoke, you better be good.
Yeah, he will play this year. I'm
We're
telling you.
38.
We want all the smoke.
Dude, he
They
he is
were
stud.
really liking
He'll
him.
make the roster over Jonathan Abram.
He'll play more for sure. Yeah.
I think him and DeMarco Jackson, who's another guy from last year. I think
That was
I
from
think
Troy.
Appalachian
Or
State.
Appalachian State, yeah.
I think both of them
Didn't
are
we
going to be
take
bigger
him
impacts than
second or
anybody
third
in our
round,
draft
something?
class.
Yeah, we took Jackson relatively early.
Well, maybe our
Maybe the running
back.
back.
Yeah.
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 Like I think
He's gonna have some time.
yeah, I think
Pull up
Jackson and
Have they
Monday.
announced yet about Kamara?
They have not. It's weird. I
They
mean,
got to hurry up
hurry
with that
around.
crap.
The
If it was
courts-
anybody else besides the Saints, Roger would have done
it'd
gave a
been-
suspension.
It would have been. All right, absolutely. I mean, the court's done with
I
it.
do think Jackson and Monday are bigger impacts than Brzee and Foskey on defense. And
We
it's
won't know who Foskey is.
Well,
probably not.
I mean, Brazil's going to play just because he
Yes.
don't have to. I mean,
And-
we don't
and
have.
we
I mean,
we have a
need.
we rotate them D tackles.
Yes, we do,
too.
big time.
We
Yeah.
rotate them more than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Mainly
He'll
because it's a bunch of journeymen.
He'll play, but we don't know if he's going to be any good.
Yet again, if we don't hear his name, that means he's doing his job.
That's exactly right.
If DeMario still looks capable out there, and Pete Warner looks good, then he's doing his
He's
job.
doing
So we'll
his
be
job.
okay.
Looking
That's
at the offense,
I still hate it
Traquan Smith's still here.
somehow.
fun.
He's our
Hey, we got
PJ.
Keith Kirkwood
He's our
back.
PJ Williams of offense.
Yeah.
You're just going to keep signing him.
Still, I still just don't love the receiver room. We just refuse
again.
to address it.
We could have attacked that in the first round at pick 29.
Yeah.
Where-
Mingo was
A
available.
lot of receivers were going.
Like Shaheed, yeah, he looked good at the end of the year last year, but I still don't want to hand him over the keys to our third.
I think
to our
Shaheed
third
with
option.
Derek Carr though is going to be even better.
I think
Trying to-
Jawan Johnson is your third option though.
Yeah, I mean he's not a tight end. He's listed as a tight end. He's playing receiver.
Oh, he played wide receiver in college.
Yeah, exactly.
I follow him and his wife on TikTok. They're funny.
Are they?
They're hilarious.
I think Shaheed has a pretty good year.
I
mean,
do.
he's
I
he's
like
going to be
Shaheed.
better.
He's going to get targets.
I mean, guys,
he's going to get some targets.
If
I
Michael
hope-
Thomas gives us the real Michael Thomas, and you have
It's not going to matter who's
Chris
behind him.
Olave.
yeah, exactly with Olave.
Because
if,
Olave's good.
yeah, it's
I could see us running a lot of two tight end set too with Foster Moreau.
yeah.
And look,
A lot of two tight end
even-
sets.
Carl likes Foster. I mean, he
Yeah.
he relied on him a lot in Las Vegas.
Even if Michael Thomas does play and he's back, now let's say he's had a little wear on him.
He's not going to be the same.
Okay, yeah, let's say that he's not the same, but he's still pretty good. Olave's the one.
Oh, he's the one.
Oh, he's the
no
one.
doubt.
He's the
Yeah.
one.
He's the one. Yes.
Yeah, Olave's good.
He's going to be a stud.
That's going to get Michael going because he knows he wants to be the one.
Mike's going to be what we thought Jarvis was last year.
I could see that.
And you
Everyone brought in when we brought in
just hope-
Jarvis.
I just hope
Everyone
he
thought he was
plays.
going to be
Michael's
that
past
possession
his
guy.
prime.
If Michael Thomas doesn't play though,
Oh yeah.
if he doesn't play, we're in trouble again.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's going to be. Mike will give you more than
You
Jarvis.
got to think about
he'll
his
give you
body
more, but
too.
it's going to be that kind of guy.
He's
where-
had a lot of hits on his body. I know we
We
pick on him
should have-
because of his injuries and his toe and all that. If
We
you
should
run
have
over the
drafted
middle as much as he does and has in his career, he's been hit a lot
takes
more than
shots.
all the wide receivers have.
but he's been 3 years arrested up in those.
Yeah,
hits.
he's got to come back and play.
He's got a
We
valuable
are
quarterback
thin.
there now.
We are
Yes.
thin at the wide receiver.
And you would think Dennis Allen had a come to Jesus meeting with them saying, hey, I need to know if you're in or out, or Mickey Loomis or
So
somebody.
when they say that,
you would think.
when you
Had
look
to.
at that, when you look at that roster on offense, and they say Taysom Hill's going to get an expanded role, you might believe it just because of just because of how thin they
So
are.
many-
at
And
receiver.
something
So
else
many
you
more
see,
catches. He's
Yeah.
going to have a.
and you
lot
could
more
also
catches
see
this year.
Kamara go back to how he used to play when we had
That's
Ingram.
what I want
Because we have Jamal Williams.
and
Jamal
And we're
Williams
not scared
up the
about
middle.
Jamal Williams getting hurt because we have
Yes.
Kendra Miller.
that's what I want. I want
We
him
might
there.
see actually
could-
catching Kamara.
We
again.
could have the
Get him
best
on the
tandem.
outside again.
Yes,
We could have the best tandem at running back in the league.
Oh, we have the best tandem,
and they're the quirkiest too, and I love it.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
they're two peas in a pod. I think they're two peas in a pod.
They're gonna be
'cause
watching.
they're both freaking weird.
They're gonna be watching anime
I'm talking about
together.
the way they play.
Oh yeah,
Totally opposite.
yeah.
I've been
Thunder and lightning.
Which
I've
is what
been
we want. We're
screaming.
missing
Exactly.
that.
Screaming
And what
for
of your
Kamara.
favorite Saints teams always had Thunder and Lightning?
Yeah.
Always.
Absolutely.
And Mark
Reggie
Ingram,
Bush,
he
Pierre
was just-
Thomas.
He was too old.
And I'm
He's
not
past
saying
it.
he's going to make an impact. I like James Washington. I think he could be a good fit for you.
He was a great college wide receiver.
I mean,
That's how I look at it.
I think
And
he can.
we all know who Kiki Kute is because he's good with the Texans every now and then.
He wasn't bad at Texas.
No,
The guy
He'll
I
be on the
like,
roster.
I like Brian
What
Edwards.
did you say?
Kiki Kute or
Kiki
Kuti.
Kuti.
He had some pretty decent games.
Well, Edwards,
On a terrible
Edwards,
team.
Edwards will play special teams.
Where's
won't he?
Edwards?
I like
from?
Brian Edwards.
Oakland.
South Carolina.
He's a rookie.
But
No,
one,
it's like his third or
he's
fourth
the-
year. He was a Raider.
He's a Raider. Though.
Yeah, and I think he plays a little bit of special teams, so that'll help him.
I like
get
him as a
spot.
receiver. Like,
Well, I'm talking about
yeah.
getting a roster
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
I mean, because when you're
Makes
when
him
you're
more
going
valuable.
yeah, when you're going down that far, they better both
Because
special teams.
Olave, Thomas, Shaheed are all going to make it. Washington probably will, and then it'll be Kute and
then
Edwards.
Lynn
fighting.
Bowden
And you got the
from
Perry
Kentucky.
kid too.
Well, they say Traquan's finally 100% for the first time. Now, I don't know that means anything.
First time since he caught the record-breaking
He's
touchdown
still-
for Drew Brees on Monday Night Football.
That's all he ever did.
That's all we'll ever know him for.
Like, honestly, anybody in this
He's a good blocker.
bottom 7
They
or
did say
so
that, too.
could be our fourth receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Smith, Perry, Washington,
Dude.
Kirkwood, Edwards, Kati, Lynn Bowden, any of them could make an impact.
Give me
And come on.
Kirkwood over freaking Traquan.
Hey, man.
Well, who in this room actually believes Michael Thomas is going to play the whole year?
I don't know,
Not me.
man. Yeah.
I don't.
I've got 3 years to show that he hasn't. So,
Fool
I
me
mean,
once.
I don't expect
Fool me
him to
twice.
play half the year.
And that's the thing. Then we're relying on Shaheed to be our two.
I'm like Kyle.
just don't like that.
I'm like
Same
Kyle.
thing happened
though.
last year.
Yeah, and
Jawan's
I don't
going.
like that.
Jawan's going to be a receiver.
Jawan Johnson's not that good though to be relied upon. As
Yeah,
a tight end.
but I mean,
he's an end zone. I mean, he's a red zone threat. That's all
Foster
he
Morrow
is.
is going to be your true tight end.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to be your blocker. And
Yeah,
come out-
Jawan's going to be a Y.
Exactly.
False Monroe's going to be a tight end.
You could run two tight ends out
Yes.
there sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
I think
going to see that.
Yo,
Okay.
you're going to see it.
We haven't
You
been
might
able-
see. You might see three. You
We-
might see
Three, you could
Taysom
have
out there.
Taysom. You
We
could have three tight ends.
we haven't been able to see that in a long time though. We hadn't had that package. We haven't been able to play two tight ends.
Yeah.
We ain't had 'em.
We hadn't had them.
Since Jimmy left.
No.
And Ben Watson. Big
But-
Ben Watson.
But the thing is, guys, we didn't have to be that thin at receiver. We didn't have to be.
No.
Guys, you can always pick up a free
Let
agent
me
receiver
ask you
after a
this,
draft.
though.
It's not hard.
What big name wide receivers were free agents this year besides Thielen? I don't want Thielen.
Hopkins, but you
Hopkins,
ain't getting him.
yeah.
You had to
Yeah.
trade for Hopkins. No, he became a
did-
free agent.
No, he listed.
He wasn't coming here.
Yeah, he listed the teams he wanted.
No,
It wasn't
he
on
took the
list.
$26 million and
Yeah, he
He
wanted that
wouldn't go to
money.
Buffalo. He wanted to
and
play with
went to
Tannehill.
Nashville.
Yeah.
He wanted money because he
I mean-
wasn't getting paid at Arizona. Like
Lazard, Jacoby Myers.
I mean, none of them guys move the needle for me anyway.
No.
You
no,
know, so
no.
I'm
Odell.
I'm pissed
OBJ,
of what we- I don't want Odell.
OBJ has lost
I
his
don't-
freaking mind.
But you had to
want
pay
him.
him. I mean, I wouldn't mind DJ Chark on a 1 year deal. I mean, I mean, if you're not going to draft anybody,
Him
at
and
least-
Olave are the same guy.
I'll take two of them.
DJ Chark's gone.
With
And that's what
yeah, he said
I'm
he would have.
saying I wouldn't mind. I mean, he went to Carolina for a 1 year deal. You don't think we couldn't sign him for a 1
Bobby
year deal?
Trees.
After coming off a 1 year
Bobby
deal.
Trees.
Come back
Juju.
home. Yeah.
Juju was out there. Bobby Trees. We still got guys. I mean, Kenny Galladay's still out there.
Give me Pringle.
I don't. He's another Michael Thomas going to be hurt all the time.
Galladay couldn't play in New York.
Hollywood Higgins. Anthony Miller.
Hollywood Higgins would be a
Quintez-
buck.
Quintez Cephas.
We just
There was nobody that was going to move the needle.
You
We're
could
just
have given
hoping-
me Scotty Miller.
we're just hoping Hunter Renfrow gets let go by the
Well,
Raiders.
we just.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah.
I mean,
We just got
that's
to cross our fingers that Michael Thomas is able to play.
I don't
Yeah.
think Hunter Renfrow is going anywhere though.
I mean, they're not going to be good this year.
oh, they're gonna be bad.
They're going to be bad. They're going to be bad. I don't think Hunter.
They're gonna be bad.
Has
They
Jimmy
won't-
G gotten cleared yet?
No, they want Caleb Williams in
The
Vegas.
skid show.
That would be
Well,
a
you know,
that's
the
how you sell
NFL. The
tickets.
NFL wants that.
Yeah.
bad.
Devontae Adams might end up somewhere, and there's already been talk.
I wonder how. I mean,
Was the Saints actually going to spend that kind of money?
That's. I don't. Do we have that? We have actually. We have like 12 in the cap, I think, right now.
They could.
What's
make
his
it,
contract?
They
Is?
but
I don't know what he is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It was
at least 20.
It was
something.
a big contract when he resigned.
Way more
there.
than that.
Like, we're not gonna waste our time. Though. We're not gonna do it.
Devontae's he's a huge contract.
It's huge.
We ain't
Yeah,
gonna do it.
it's
I mean, he
huge.
became the highest paid wide receiver last year, I believe.
Yeah, that's not happening.
No,
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
No. Hunter Renfro's your
Is that not
your
the
price
perfect,
range.
Is that not the perfect fit though? It seems like having a Renfro out there that you can.
Yes, Saints have never had somebody like that.
Because then you'd have Olave and Shaheed be able to play on the outside, Mike and him in the middle, and Jawan or Foster down the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly
it
right.
Been the perfect fit.
Yeah,
I agree on that. And I mean, Renfro can't be much, is he?
I'm looking to see what his contract is. It's getting 11 next year. Cap hit's 13 this year.
That's a lot for us.
Base salary's at 6 though.
Oh well, see, that's not bad there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can always restructure.
He gets paid
crowd.
4.3 just for making the team.
That's a perfect Saints sign right there.
That is a perfect Saints sign.
It's 2 years though, so it'll be.
And Carlos.
It'll actually be worth something. Like it's not an expiring deal.
We'd have to pay a lot.
Expiring deal would make it a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
Like that's where you'd have to give up a second and a third probably for that.
It's
a future second, a current third.
It is an if, but no, we're not paying that much for Hunter Renfro. It is
for 2 or 3 years.
It is an if, but if Jimmy G is out there, the Raiders they didn't get worse as a team. It's arguably that they got better on offense. I mean, they didn't lose nobody. They lost Derek Carr and Darren Waller, who didn't play. They brought in Jacoby Myers, Josh Jacobs,
and a pissed off running back.
Yeah,
he's
but
not signed yet.
He's not.
He's
not.
Yeah, he hasn't signed.
But if Jimmy G and Jacobs are out there, then like Jimmy G is Derek Carr.
These running backs
they're the same.
Are trying
to
prove
guy.
a point. They are not going to sign until they get.
Nor
their
should
money.
they. I'm 100% on board with them.
But they're fixing to make a point.
As they should. I'm 1,000% on them.
I could see Saquon sitting more than Jacobs.
Yeah, but the Raiders.
Saquon should sit because if anybody has the injury history, he's the one that could say, "You've seen what happens if I do play and I get hurt. This is what's going to happen."
But Jacobs is coming off by far his best
yes,
season.
Healthy
he's
years
got to
too.
get paid right now.
Yeah,
right now because he's,
we had a trade. Denzel Mims to the Lions.
Hey,
and also 7th and 6th got.
I was about to say, is it there's supposed to be a 7th rounder? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Lions gave up a 6th so they moved back 30 spots to get Denzel Mims.
Speaking of Jacobs,
I'll take it.
Running backs, 35.
Yeah, well, let's
do
through
our
the schedule.
over and under.
Run through the schedule real quick. Tennessee at Carolina, at Green Bay, versus Tampa, at New England, at Houston. Very favorable start right there. I mean, that's six games that you can win.
I hate you get Derrick Henry fully healthy.
But yeah, it's 6 games you can win, but also 4 of them are on the road.
This is the easiest schedule the Saints have had in a while.
And two of those spots, while it's early in the year and the teams aren't great, Green Bay and New England, it's hard to win there regardless.
Yeah.
But it would be a lot harder if it was December.
Or if Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback.
Yeah. Then you get Jacksonville on Thursday night.
That's going to be a good game.
Very interesting game.
But that's probably the toughest game on the schedule.
Yeah, than Detroit.
Maybe, yeah.
Minnesota. You got to think.
At Indianapolis versus Chicago, at Minnesota. We always lose in Minnesota.
AK's out for the first 6 games, probably.
That's true. But those are all probably our easiest 6 games
I'm glad,
on the schedule.
Yeah, because I don't want him in September anyway.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah,
I don't want him in
Let
September.
us have him back for the Jacksonville
game. Give him, please.
I like that.
Is he allowed to
stretch.
practice? He's not allowed to practice it. He's not allowed in the facility.
No, he's not. Yeah, he has to do his own.
After the bye week,
freaking stupid.
You get.
I hate the NFL.
After the bye week, you get at Atlanta versus Detroit versus Carolina versus New York. That's a big 3-game stretch in the Dome, and then you go to Los Angeles and to Tampa.
To Los Angeles is going to be
on
tough.
a Thursday night as well.
I don't see McVay being terrible 2 years in a row.
I like our bye week situation.
Oh, I love the timing. Perfect.
With only having one, you want it kind of in the middle.
It feels like we've been early.
We've been early.
Right before Atlanta too.
Yeah, I like.
That's always a big game.
That is a perfect spot for us.
I agree.
For anybody, in my opinion.
The second half stretch though.
Are we going to London this year again?
No, we are not.
Okay.
No.
It could. I mean, that could be a tough stretch in the back half. both the games against Atlanta will be important, probably. I mean, Detroit should be fighting for a playoff spot. We don't know about Carolina, but New York, we don't think they're going to be that much of a step back. And then
they're the third best team we're playing.
Los Angeles is going to be way better than last year, obviously.
That'll be an interesting team this year, the Giants.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, in Los Angeles too, you really don't know what you're getting from them. If
Yeah.
they're healthy, they're going to be
yeah.
good.
You think you don't think they're going to be
Thursday night games?
They're not going to suck twice in a year. Twice in a row.
McVay and Stafford together. If Stafford's healthy,
McVay could have went home.
They're going to be tough. Yeah.
McVay and Donald could have went home.
Yeah,
and
they
Stafford.
still got Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, they do. They sure
and every other white guy.
Skornick.
Yeah, Ben Skoranek.
I mean,
what's the line here? 10.5.
It's 9.5.
9.5.
I mean, I see double digits right here, 10 or 11 wins.
10 feels like
10
a good
feels
number.
right.
It does feel right.
We have the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to
We have
remember
the best
that.
roster in the division, probably.
And it's good that we'll get Bryce Young week 2.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good we'll get Tampa Bay before they figure out what they're going to do.
And
or
Jordan
what they
Love
are.
won't be comfortable week 3.
We get Jordan Love early.
Josh, that was interesting that you said about the roster. Do y'all think we have the best roster in the South?
I think our offense is one of the worst.
Quarterback. Take out the quarterback.
I think our weapon-wise, I would take the Falcons' weapons over ours any day of the week.
Now, this is before Michael Thomas gets hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, look at if
Yeah,
just
you
look at that,
Kamara, Olave, and Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
What has
Jamal
Kamara been?
Williams.
But what's Kamara really been?
My only beef.
Unfortunately,
You're
I think it's.
you're getting a non-banged up, fresh out of college running back in Bijan. I still don't believe in
And
it.
Algier.
And Algier, and you get Cordero. You get Kyle Pitts, Drake London.
Unfortunately, I think we've been using Kamara wrong.
I do.
I think that's a lot of it.
Yeah, he was being overused.
They
in
don't
the
have
running
nobody
game.
to throw it to him.
That's the thing, but that's what I was saying.
Take out
I like
quarterback
their
from the
weapons.
division.
I like their weapons a lot more than our weapons.
But
If it wasn't for our D tackles, I love our defense.
Here's the deal,
I
though.
like our tight end room.
I love our corners.
I don't like our linebackers.
I don't like our linebackers.
I love our 2 linebackers. I don't.
Yeah,
like
but
the
we have
depth
to
of
play. We have to play
linebackers.
3.
We never do. We always play 2.
Here's my
We've
big
done that a
question
lot.
mark.
We did that a lot.
Number one
last year.
Number one, who is Mike Thomas this year? Okay, we don't know.
That's the big question mark.
Number 2, maybe bigger, is can Dennis Allen put it together for us on offense?
To me, that's the biggest question mark. Is our coaching?
Yeah, the coaching is.
I forgot we brought in the 30-year-old rookie punter. That's fresh out of prison.
What?
You ain't seen this guy?
Yeah,
I've seen him
Australia?
I've seen him
Dude,
on TikTok.
If that's not Miami,
Oh yeah.
I don't know what is. I mean,
Heck yeah.
So what's the over under on us?
9.5.
9.5.
I'll go with Fox. I'll go 10 wins.
He said
He
11.
said 11.
I know
he
he
said
said
10
10th worst. I'm
I'm
gonna go
going
with 10.
over with 10, though. Yeah.
I like 10. I do.
10's a good number.
I
10
think we
wins
win
the
the division. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw a little money on that
10
over and just have fun watching them
10
all year.
might get us a second seed.
Hey, that's a true statement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Third at worst.
Philly's probably going to be 1.
We got the schedule.
Philly, Dallas, San Francisco, and Los Angeles.
Well, if you
San Francisco don't know who their quarterback
you
is.
win all the games you're
but they're
supposed
the
to
freaking
win,
Niners.
and then win a couple that toss-ups, and you got 11, 12
Yeah, easily. All right, so
You're a top 4 seed. Well, obviously you are if you win the division. But, I mean, record-wise, man, I think Philly comes back a little. Not saying a lot, but, they're gonna come
Dallas
back a
might go up.
And 2 guys, I'm also worried, and I love the guy. I think he's a good fit. I think he was the best option for us. But is Derek Carr just Kirk Cousins?
If if that's the case, he's going to win you 12 games. I
hope he's Kirk
I know.
Cousins.
I know.
Minnesota.
I know.
I
know.
I'll take.
Derek Carr would be an NFL MVP if he didn't get hurt in 13 few years ago.
Kirk Cousins and the fact that
was
I don't
a few
know if
years
he.
ago, though.
I don't know if he
But
gets us to the
he's still
Super
that
Bowl.
guy.
Well, one thing about him, he's not going to turn the ball over. He's going to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what I love about
He ain't
it.
going to lose a
He's
game.
not going to
that's
lose
what
the
I
ball.
like about it.
Is he going to win it? He could.
Boy, if Sean Payton was his head coach, we'd be banging the table for 13, 14 wins. Let's be honest. It's the head coach. When it all comes down to it, we're sitting here like
I totally agree.
It's the head coach. If Sean
100%.
Payton's the coach right here, we're talking at top seed in the NFC possibly.
Number 1 question mark's the coach. Number 2 is Michael Thomas.
Yeah, it's a coach.
I don't think I'm always going to be low on Carr compared to everybody else, but I don't think he can be.
But what's low? I mean, look Look at the NFC quarterbacks.
He was our best option.
Yeah,
he was
that
the best
option.
Yes.
We overpaid, but he was.
We have seen time and time again. We're not going to break it down.
No,
we're not going to tank.
And I wanted to burn it down. We did a whole podcast on what that looked like.
Yeah, I mean, we're.
I want Caleb Williams still.
We're sitting there at Tampa. We're the Tampa Buccaneers.
Do we have our own first round pick this upcoming year?
Yeah.
You can't.
But if we were going to burn it
down,
we would have burned it down last year.
You can't burn it down
or the year before
when you should win a division though, because you get in the playoffs. Anything can happen.
And that's the only reason we haven't done it. I think, is because the division's still
That's a good
so
point.
bad
It's terrible
that you can always win it.
But y'all, Tom Brady was just there not too long ago, so I mean, we could have done it.
Yeah, but we
should've
were
done it last year.
we
We
were
should've been
beating
playoff
Brady
last
when he was there.
That's true.
We were beat. I mean, we were his kryptonite when he was there at Tampa.
That's
Like, I mean,
And
true.
should have beat them last year.
yeah, that wasn't that doesn't mean anything. I mean, let's be honest. If it wasn't for some freak things, we'd had another Super Bowl, and we wouldn't be worried about this.
If Dennis Allen wasn't our head coach, we'd have probably made the playoffs last year.
I still swear the NFL is what is our reason for the way we are right now. If we would not have been screwed yet again, that pass interference, we win that Super Bowl.
This
with
whole
ease.
franchise is
That
different.
was our best
We win
team.
the Super Bowl.
Drew goes home.
Drew goes
on
home.
the stage,
And
he does his
yeah,
little. He holds
speech.
it up. He's boo-hooing,
We draft
kissing
Lamar
that bastard
Jackson.
on the stage.
Yeah.
He goes home the next day,
We draft Lamar Jackson.
and we tear it down.
Yeah.
That's what
The
that's
NFL is the reason why we suck right
That's what Drew deserved, though.
now. Absolutely.
And by the way, guys,
he also deserves
this
an
is
MVP.
this is a
couple
tangent,
times.
and we'll do this real quick.
Amen.
Well, I was going to say
That is the
that
biggest travesty in NFL
the
history
second
almost.
okay, so the most valuable player, and this is like I looked up NFL WAR. So in baseball, you have wins
got
above
that?
replacement. It's close. So they have wins above replacement in baseball. It tells you how good your guy is at a specific position above an average Joe. Okay, so who in all of NFL history, you're number one in wins above replacement for football, which is AV, I think they call it, average victories or victories.
Yeah,
something
I've
like
seen
that.
that.
So the highest AV score was Tom Brady, but Tom Brady played a whole lot of games, played a long career. And who's number two? Drew freaking Brees. And then all of your guys in the top 10, I think Phillip Rivers was up there, but everybody else has an MVP or two. And the fact that he never won one is trash.
It's laughable.
And it is a
threw for over 5,000
It was-
yards, like 5 straight seasons.
it was all about the
Laughable.
market. It was all about the market.
Laughable.
Yeah, and disrespectful too.
And
don't
you know
get
that's
me
got to eat at him.
And don't
'Cause
get me
he knows
wrong.
he
And we
deserved
were on
it.
primetime TV all the time then
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like
He's
I mean,
going to be like the only quarterback to go into the Hall of Fame is like a no-doubter and not have one.
For a while,
Yeah.
the Saints were
with the
America's
Super Bowl
team.
trophy.
Yeah.
Even after Bountygate, we were still America's team. Like people didn't care.
Oh, they were
Like,
still cheering for
There
us.
was people who wanted to be outraged about that, and I still see those trolls online. They're like, "Oh, I can't believe the NFL." I'm like, dude, it's a violent sport. Shut up. Like, don't be a tit. Like,
Right.
nobody was getting killed.
No.
Nobody was really like. It was fine. Now we almost did kill Kurt Warner and Brett Favre, but you know, it is what it is.
Brett Favre probably deserved
It's
it.
playoff times. Yeah, I mean, it'll hit a little harder come playoff.
Kurt
time.
Warner probably didn't. He's a pretty nice guy.
Kurt Warner's a good dude.
But,
Brett
you know,
Favre
yeah.
deserved it.
Good dude.
Yeah, Brett Favre's a piece of
Brett
crap.
Favre's
so.
a piece of
him.
crap. Yeah.
All right, let's do this
gotta do
35.
35,
Yeah, it's late. How long was that Saints segment? 40 minutes?
40, yeah.
It really
Not
wasn't
as
that
long as the Tampa Bay though.
No, it was longer. It was
A
longer.
little bit longer. A little bit longer.
Not much.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole lot.
Hand me Bill's list. Where's it at? I'll read off Bill's first. Where's it at? My God.
It's over
Here it
there
is. Here it
somewhere.
is. He had, my God, he had golf at second on quarterbacks.
We're lying.
He also had Geno at 5 and Brady at 4. Bill's just, yeah.
Brady?
He had Brady.
Comes back and plays for Miami.
At all timers, you know.
Comes with age.
Number 5, he had Josh Jacobs. Number 4, Nick Chubb. Number 3, Saquon Barkley. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey. Number 1, Derrick Henry. So
I get down with that.
yeah, not a crazy list. I don't think it's anything too bold there. Probably your
He had the right players, maybe not the right order.
yeah, probably your chalk top 5. Who wants to get it started though?
He also wrote a B backwards. He had a dyslexic
Dix.
What was that?
dyslexic moment.
Dyslexia.
Whoa, I sounded like Ty for a second.
So I didn't
Make a wish, kid.
I didn't put a whole lot of thought into mine.
Thank you.
And I've already shared it with y'all anyways.
Yeah.
So
what was it? I forgot though.
Yeah, I sent in a text message.
Yeah.
But anyways, or a picture. But anyways, at number 5, I've got the best tandem in the league, and that's going to be Jamal Williams and AK-41.
How am I about to put that on a graphic?
Just put an anime photo.
I think I can do half their face.
Yeah.
Oh,
that would be cool.
I can do that. I can do that.
Best tandem in the league.
It has to be when Jamal's doing the crazy eyes.
Yeah,
or the big eyes.
if I made the
and their hair, like you could.
It even matches.
Yeah.
If I made the Dream Team graphic, I can do anything. I think.
And honestly, guys, the next 3 were a complete toss-up. If Jacobs plays, I got him at 4. I think he had an amazing year last year. Originally, I'd had Henry in the 2 spot, but I've got Henry at 3. Henry, is he going to stay healthy? How much are they going to run him? They're going to run him into the ground.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's got a lot of wear and tear.
Still looks like
he's got to have a bad year eventually.
I hate that we got him early, like y'all said.
He's due. Yeah. He's due a bad season.
But I went with Nick Chubb at number 2 because only for one reason. I read an article and it said he's playing this year for the late great Jim Brown.
I
was like, if
do you see
you're
what he
bold
squats?
enough, the house. Probably not as much as Saquon though. Saquon's got the.
Hold up, where's that? He had a picture post today. Chubb did, over 600 pounds.
Okay,
Let's
I
see.
can see that.
Oh, he's a freak.
I don't
Now,
think
remember
that's
when he snaps his
not
leg
that,
in half.
That's not a
at
whole
Georgia?
lot though.
It's a miracle. He can
Was he
still
squatting
play.
it for reps or was it just a one-time?
I'm sure it was
multiple
a
reps.
I thought his
Okay,
career was
yeah.
done.
I'll never forget that injury.
I say because I played high school ball with guys in the 500 club.
Trying to see where it's at.
Who was your 1, Kyle?
Number 1, CMC.
6'10".
I mean, if McCaffrey stays healthy, but I don't think he's going to get the same.
Look at that bar.
Yeah, that's nasty. Dude,
That's a bar to help not put as much pressure on his back.
Look at that.
Those bars always scared me.
Easy.
2 reps, 3 reps.
Dude, he's getting low too.
I
Getting
think-
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Look at that.
Like,
That's
he's parallel.
He's a 750 max.
That's how you teach it.
for sure.
That's Nick Chubb for you,
If
baby.
you do that 3 times,
You could probably do 750 or 800.
You 670, 680 at
But
least.
Kyle, you can't. In my opinion,
You
when
had
you're doing
nut-popping
this,
territory.
we can't go by health because first of all, they're running backs, and two,
That's right.
I think we're just
Every
going
one of them's
by,
got injury histories.
Yeah, I think we're just
Every
going
one.
by which ones we think. Are the
Yeah, and
best.
I think
Which
Chris
one would you want
McCaffrey-
on your team right now?
Exactly.
But have you seen Henry's workouts? Oh, he's crazy.
And he's
Come on,
getting
that's
a
why
lot
he's
lower
like
than
he is.
Chubb's having. He's got them long legs too.
Mm-hmm.
He does some crazy stuff.
Yeah, he had 6'4" going down, and
That's
5'10".
far,
Big
far.
Chubb. Yeah.
All right,
let's go.
Who's up?
I'm just going in order.
Yeah. Number 5, y'all didn't mention him, Jonathan Taylor. He's been the best for like the past 2 years.
No, he
Not
hasn't.
last year.
Well,
He wasn't the best.
He cracked on me
either.
last
John,
He just ran a lot.
Yeah, he ran a lot. He does really well. I like Jonathan
He
Taylor.
does what he's supposed to do. He's
He-
a running back.
He does really well.
Yeah.
He puts up a lot of
Spent
yards.
$60 on him, and it don't.
I did not.
He was
that you last year that just got Cup and Taylor? Someone did.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah, it was.
and AJ Brown later.
It didn't turn out well, did it?
It wasn't that bad.
Number 4, I got Austin Eckler.
Okay.
I think besides CMC, he's probably the best combo back.
which
in
is
the
important
NFL.
now.
Did you leave off Jacobs?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not that high on Jacobs. Never have been, and I won't be.
Yeah.
I can't get behind him. I don't know why. Every year I'm just like, I don't think he's that good. He still puts up numbers.
I was looking at production. The combo backs usually don't get all the production.
No, but Eckler is freaking.
But they
solid,
feel more
man.
dangerous though.
Oh, for sure.
I remember when Eckler was the freaking no-name backup to Melvin Gordon, and he started just
Melvin,
playing
my guy.
towards the back half of the season. You're like, who the heck's this guy?
Love
Melvin's
and
a
then they got rid of
dude.
Gordon.
Love me some Melvin.
And Eckler is a little bitty.
Yes.
Well,
But he
Scott-
He's a
produces.
bowling ball. He's freaking good. Number 3, I got Derrick Henry. He can't do nothing else, man.
Yeah.
All he does is just run the football. And, if I was building a team, which is how I'm looking at it, I would want more.
It's like a modern day Earl
you know,
Campbell.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would want more than that, but I still think he's better than Eckler.
But he's also the guy
he
that
could
you
put
can-
up 200 if he wanted to.
Yeah, you can feed him unlike anyone else.
Yes, yeah.
And he
it
looks
worked.
like if he stiff
And it
arms
won't
you,
hurt. He don't get hurt.
No,
if he
he don't.
stiff arms you, you might die.
Yes, for sure.
Literally. No.
Number 2, CMC. I think McCaffrey's I think he's so good, and I
just
think
want
him
to stay
being
healthy.
Yeah,
So
I think
glad
him
to
being out of Carolina.
Yes.
Man, we saw what he did with Shanahan last year. Now we get to see it for 17 games.
It's fun to watch.
Bad.
So they didn't lose a game after they picked him up in the regular season. 10-0.
They're nasty.
After they picked him up
with Brock Purdy at quarterback.
As much as they run the ball.
Oh, dude.
Oh, it's
Yeah, but it's still the Niners. They're still going to run Mitchell. They're still
somebody's
going to
get hurt.
Ty Davis-Price.
And somebody's going to get hurt. Yeah. So I was looking at something. They hadn't had a 1,000-yard rusher in San Francisco in like years.
Yeah.
Like 20
Probably
or 30.
says Frank. Did Frank Gore not
Frank
get
Gore was the last one.
His last one, so that's probably like
and that
15.
was
2012.
That's been a while ago.
Yeah.
It's been
probably the Kaepernick team back then.
So as much as they run the ball, though, they hadn't had a 1,000-yard.
Yeah, man. As Jeff Wilson,
he does that committee.
Rasheed Mostert,
Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
But the main guys always got hurt every year.
Yeah,
every year.
Except for this year, McCaffrey's probably gonna do something stupid. And then number one, I think the best running back in the NFL, hands down, is Nick Chubb.
Agreed.
I think he is hands down the best. Yet again,
I got called crazy 2 years ago. When
durable,
I said it.
man. He's so durable, so durable,
and physical.
Love
very physical,
physical.
And you don't see him catch the ball a lot, but he can.
I hope this.
And now that
change this year.
Now that Hunt's gone,
Now
that Hunt's gone, he's going to
another one that's still sitting there. I'm like, how's he at the house?
Hunt, Fournette, Cook.
Those guys are just
Elliott,
waiting.
Zeke,
they're just waiting.
They'll be signed by
August.
August.
All of them be signed.
By the
I tell you
middle of
what,
August.
he's got a little crazy in him though.
Well, yeah, he does. To be a running back, you got to have a little in you. To be honest.
Shoot,
he definitely got.
You got to have one domestic violence to play running back.
Look at our two guys from New Orleans.
Yeah,
I mean, if that don't look like crazy.
it doesn't take a very smart man to say, I want to run as fast as I can towards somebody.
Through you.
At 260.
That's not normal.
Derrick Henry has definitely done some type of violence.
Yes.
He has a charge that hasn't came up yet.
I've seen it. I mean, he did Josh Norman.
That's true.
That was amazing.
Oh, his highlights are freaking nuts.
Josh Norman went to another dimension.
Couldn't happen to a better person.
I know. That was so good.
Number 5, I got a little bit of a wild card here. I went Tony Pollard.
Hi, that's my 5.
I went Tony Pollard. One of the biggest stats I go for is yards per carry because I prefer that as to the guys that get 300 carries and then they get 1,500 yards out of it. I think Pollard was like 5.5 per carry last year. I think that's highest in the NFL. No Zeke full time probably.
You put
as
Pollard
of now. Yeah,
he was my 6.
I think he's
my
going,
6.
Now that you know that he's coming, though, I don't think.
I think he's going to have a great year
average.
still. I think he is, and he's going to get more opportunities as a straight up runner, which he hasn't had that. He doesn't have that on his legs yet. He's got fresh legs.
Plenty of receivers to keep the safeties back.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm old enough to remember my hot take from last year when I said he's going to outperform Zeke Elliott. I mean, I remember that. I don't know if y'all do or not, but I got it in my notes. If you want me to read it,
I don't know how hot that was.
Hey, y'all thought I was insane. Well, I'll find.
No, you said something else with it. Like they're going to win the Super Bowl.
I definitely did not.
You had them in your top 5.
You can't parlay them into the Super Bowl
because I thought Pollard was going to be better too.
Y'all go. I'll find what it said.
Josh Jacobs at 4, Derrick Henry at 3, Christian McCaffrey at 2, and then easily number 1, Nick Chubb for me.
I just put Tony Pollard outrushes Zeke Elliott.
I feel like our top 4 is pretty much the same.
Yeah. Well, interesting. No Saquon so far.
He's in mine.
Nobody believes in him.
He's in mine.
I almost went Saquon over Jacobs.
Just injuries. It ain't talent.
But
it's
that's the thing. I'm taking injuries away though. I wasn't thinking injuries when I did this.
Yeah.
I think I had. Yeah.
Josh, what you got?
All right, number 5. I got Austin Eckler, just a touchdown machine.
I love him.
mean,
I really do.
He can do it all, and at his size,
he's a bowling ball.
Number 4, Josh Jacobs, and that's just off of last year. I mean,
Yeah.
he had a freaking monster year, and it come out of nowhere, led the league. Number 3, King Henry, until somebody knocks him off his throne.
Yeah.
I got to keep putting him in there. I mean, he just keeps doing it every year.
Absolutely.
He had a career high last year with 33 receptions.
Oh, wow.
He'll probably go for over 200 week 1 against us.
Oh, easily.
Oh, that's a guarantee, Peyton.
He's going to eat up.
We don't know our
that defensive interior.
Yeah, Brazil might not play another game.
That'll be week 1 dirty boot bets. Derrick Henry over rushing yards for me. Guarantee.
Number 2, Nick Chubb, just because no passing game.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, he would be my number 1. He's had over 1,000 yards 4 years in a row.
He's
His
so
rookie
good,
year,
man.
he had 996. He almost had every year. He had 996.
And that was behind I think he had. I know he had Duke Johnson back there then, so maybe Carlos Hyde as well.
And one thing about my top two, both of them one fumble the whole year.
Yeah.
If that Chubb and of course CMC is my number one.
Yeah.
Both of them only had one fumble the whole year. And Christian McCaffrey, I mean,
I think Pollard had 0. I think one of the guys on mine did.
I think you're right.
I mean,
yeah, CMC.
we all know,
yeah.
I mean,
I think everybody has the same top 3. It's just a little bit of a different order.
And
as
McCaffrey
it should be.
averaged 4.7.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty.
Running in San Francisco definitely helps.
I hope Watson helps Chubb and not so that he won't run him to the ground.
I'm eager to see how he plays this year
because Chubb's going to be
a normal off season.
Going to be running the ground.
We'll have AFC North preview.
I'm eager to see how Deshaun looks.
My Browns.
I still think he's a top 10 talent. Arm talent
wise, yes.
Yeah, I still think he's top 10.
You just don't know what that. You don't know what that going through that did to him though.
Yeah,
you've seen Tiger Woods. Not Tiger Woods had injuries, but you've seen big time athletes just kind of lose it after.
I'll be filling up this fridge on that episode.
Oh God!
Oh God!
Clay, there's no way you like him that much.
I mean, you're giving me the Browns and Lamar in the same episode. My God!
Yeah.
All right.
AFC.
Hey, I'm high on Lamar too.
I don't give a crap.
Ooh,
Bengals might be 3rd place.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Give me some time. Give me some time. All right.
I will say that's a tough division.
In the
I'm
end,
worried about the Bengals defense.
They
lost a lot on that back end.
Hey, I'll throw it up there now.
I'm worried.
But in the end, it's still the Browns.
It is.
And you still got Joe Cool.
The Browns.
Headband Joe now.
They won a playoff game this recent as the Saints.
The Browns.
BS call from beating the Chiefs.
The Browns.
All right. You'll see.
Peyton, what you got?
The Bengals.
And they did go to a Super Bowl.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Josh Allen's on that team. They win it.
The Bills.
You weren't here when I said that
Keep
last
it going.
week, were you? Josh Allen's on that team. They win that game.
He was here.
No, I don't
remember that.
He sounded like that was brand new to him.
He was here for the NFC. Yeah, you're here with Andre and Angevon.
Yeah, I don't remember that statement. I don't guess.
Josh Allen's on the
Been a
Bengals.
lot
They won
going
the Super
over here
Bowl
with the newbies.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot.
They say some crazy stuff.
Yeah. There was a lot going on there.
Y'all should listen to Jacob and them's Wednesday episode. It's all over the freaking place. It's insane. It's this the most random crap they can pull off the top of their head.
Are all those big Dallas fans? Or just
no, just him. Like I'm in a fantasy league with Jacob and them, and it's scattered. We have a Pittsburgh fan, diehard. Mm-hmm. We have a couple Saints, Dallas,
Tom Brady,
and
who's the Pittsburgh fan?
His name's Logan Morreale. I don't think he has any connection
Italian
up there.
Or something?
No, he's just a guy.
Pittsburgh's one of those places you can just be a fan.
I think it's like I think it's a Big Ben deal.
Mm.
And,
I mean, God, he's got terrible taste.
He's high on Kenny Pickett.
People in TV land buy a fat head.
Got a big Bills fan. He's a Josh Allen guy like I am.
Was he before Josh?
Probably not. Kind of like me. He's a defect. I hopped on the bandwagon. I'm not gonna lie.
Peyton, what you got?
Pollard at 5. 4 Barkley, and if Barkley's healthy, I think he's easily a top 5 in the league.
Oh yeah,
arguably
top 2 or 3.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
and that is nasty with Daniel Jones running the ball like he does, and then Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon has a outstanding year, and the Giants look like an actual football team.
I mean, Barkley's a 1 if he's healthy.
Saquon got Daniel Jones $160 million.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see how that works for him.
That's why they got to pay him.
Yeah, that's why they're not paying Saquon.
Got to. 3 is King Henry. 2 is...
Does everybody have him at 3?
I think so.
Kyle, did you?
I had him at 3.
Yeah. Wait, what about Bill?
Bill's list.
Bill has him at 1, I think.
Yeah, Bill's got him at 1.
Bill has Jim Brown on his list. So, I mean...
Bill wrote B backwards.
Well, I mean, you can't drop him.
Barry Sanders is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
2 is CMC, and then 1's Chubb.
There we go.
Everybody pretty much had the same top 3.
Top 4. I think has the same guys for
4
everybody.
and 5 is where it kind of
besides
changed.
Bill. Is wide receivers next week?
Yeah.
That's when it gets fun.
That's when it's going to get fun.
That's when I put Justin Jefferson 2 last year and above Chase, and y'all said you're crazy.
That's when I'm going to wear LSU gear.
I don't mind the Tony Pollard because
me
I think
neither.
he's going to be a stud this
I'm
year.
telling you, I was close. I was close.
I almost put him, but
I like
there
Pollard.
hadn't been enough to see it.
Yeah.
There's just been
agree.
so much production from Jonathan Taylor from me that I was like, I had to put him at 5.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have the wide receivers next week, and then tight ends the week after without Travis.
That'll
Kelce.
be fun.
I mean,
we're taking out Travis Kelce.
What Jonathan Taylor's done with no quarterback his whole career is pretty impressive. I mean,
yeah, but also a great O line.
Yeah, but they
I
still
don't think
know
people
he's
value the O line that much no more.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah, he had his great year behind it.
Yeah,
Then it got bad last year, and he wasn't as good. He got hurt.
No, it was bad because they literally had nobody throwing the ball back there last
Had Matt
year.
Ryan?
They literally had nobody throwing
They blew
the
a
ball.
33-point lead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's on Bill's notes over here.
We won a big bet.
Oh yeah, we did, Clay. It was
won
like 60 or
$200.
Oh, was it 200? We won 200 that day, but that game alone was like 60 or 70 bucks.
Off like $5. Yeah.
Yeah. We had a crazy parlay that day. It was bad. It was
Shout out
crazy.
them Vikings, baby. All right, well, heck of an episode here.
I got to go home and get to bed because the British Open comes on in about 5 hours. So I'm not going to get much sleep tonight.
Not the British Open.
It's always going to be the British Open to me.
When did they change that?
Probably 10 years ago or so, I think. Yeah.
How long did we have Fox on? About 30 or 40?
Dude, Fox was on for a while.
40 minutes.
We might be getting close to that 3 hour mark.
Hey.
I think you need to release this 2 separate episodes.
I
personally.
agree.
Okay.
Nobody's going to listen to 3 hours.
I agree.
Which we might need to, after we end this episode, do
a new start.
Well, hey, look, too.
I can redo the
what
intro.
we just talked about is not any things happening now. So you could do Fox tomorrow.
Yeah.
Throw ours out like Friday or Saturday.
I just put them both out. That's what I usually do during football season. Anyway.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying, you could spread them out.
Yeah, I could.
Have one tomorrow and have one Friday.
Yeah.
Because I think you got to do that.
Definitely don't put them together.
No, gosh, no.
Yeah, then we'll end this and I'll do a.
Somebody sees
I'll
3
redo the
hours, they're
intro.
like,
Well, no, put Fox's on separate because he if he puts it out.
Yeah, I'll redo the intro for this one because it started off with "Thank you, Fox."
Yes, yeah.
All right,
like it.
that's it for this one. Bang that can. Where's that can at?
They in third place again, I think.
Yeah.
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.